Alright, starting the recording. Alright, you all ready? Zach?
Yeah.
Alright, everybody's here. So, last time on Problems Personified, Scytheless somehow failed several wisdom saving throws in a row and got kidnapped. I, the DM, greatly overestimated or underestimated the damage capabilities of elementals and nearly killed the party. And then Jethro and Kingslayer finally actually met. And Jethro offered to move to a different location so they can discuss matters further. But before they can move, Jethro hears something chilling enter his ears. Jethro Tallier! It is excellent of you to join the battle!
Why is he always here? Why does he follow me?
You see, striding from across this little courtyard area is Captain Sunspot, armor gleaming and impeccable as always, fire bright and fiery, and sword, his great sword, twisted and no longer usable from what you assume is electrical damage. And following behind him is Jamie. Would you like to describe your character?
Okay, so behind how tall is Sunspot?
I think it's 6 foot something.
Okay. So just kind of like over top of Sunspot, you see this like kind of bulky not bulky, but like brawny kind of tall figure. It almost looks like a statue at first, but it's wearing armor and it's made of like a whitish gray granite. The features of this person are kind of angular, sort of like rough hewn stone. It kind of like gives off this sort of statuesque, like someone started carving a really good statue of a person and then gave up as soon as they got to the details. You can still kind of tell like the facial features and whatnot, but it's got that sort of unfinished, rough-hewn look. And on their body is a what armor am I wearing? is like a just like scale mail, just kind of standard issue. They've got like a sort of mace holstered at their belt, and along their arms, where you can see uh, like what would be skin, I suppose, are some just like little bits of text kind of broken up by some cracks and fractures that they look really well written in sort of like a dark text, but it's sort of not very easy to read. Yeah, and then they walk up. That's interesting to finally meet you.
Glorious DM. I got any idea what this is?
Yes, you know what this is, and you've probably seen them before, though probably never worked directly with them. This is an Earth Genasi.
Oh, alright, cool. Oh.
Jethro, was it?
Yes, Jethro is my name.
I'll step forward and offer a handshake. As I come up to you, you can see I'm quite tall at about I think 6'8", and I'm just sort of like look down with like a kind of smile, just offer to shake your hand. My name
Jethro
is
accepts that.
Hannah.
Hannah, right. Part of the guard here, I think I might have seen. Maybe not you around specifically, but others like you.
Have you? That would be
Possibly. Might
quite
have been you.
interesting to know.
Large city, I only keep in touch with my compatriots for the most part, and those under my direct control.
Very interesting. Well, that is very flattering. I've seen more of me. Who is your friend here?
This here is a compatriot assisting me with a very sensitive case. Just
I'll offer to shake his hand too.
is that a deception check, DM?
You have high enough deception. I'll just let it
I mean, it's
slide.
kind of the truth.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Wait, why the fuck does it say Ben's muted?
Well, it's
Oh, yeah.
nice to meet you, Miss.
As I didn't, yeah. Alright, 1 second. I gotta pull up. Let's see.
Hey, pull up. Jeff,
King holds out his hand. Aladin. Aladin Mithril.
Aladin Mithril. It's a pleasure to meet you. So, what is the deal here? Just standard elementals, I assume.
oh, you
It's
were
a
in the
bit
fight.
Yeah.
Oh, was I in the fight? Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
were
realize
fighting
I
with
was
Captains on Sunspot.
Oh, I didn't know
It
that.
is for things like this, elemental attacks. It is legally required for all military and government personnel to join in on the fight.
Okay, so would I have been fighting with? I wasn't fighting like in an area where I would have known that Jethro and King was fighting, right?
No, you were basically fighting on the opposite side of the courtyard, next to Captain Sunspot. Also, after this interaction, you can go ahead and like mark off half of all your resources.
Oh, okay, Pog. Very
Yeah.
cool. I'd probably mark off 1 or 2 of those, and okay.
So I'm guessing the normal elemental thing wasn't staying.
Yeah.
Okay.
We end that. Looks like you guys did quite well with your part. Admirably
Yes,
fought.
few years of experience dealing with them does give some form of, we'll say, survivability.
That it does. Well, it seems like you have this area taken care of.
Yes.
Sunspot, would you know if there are any other areas that have these beasts plagued?
Captain Sunspot like turns around, like he very obviously just got distracted. Is yes, of course. In here, it appears that this was the only location. Though I actually came over here, Jethro, to entrust this one to your retinue.
In assistance with the specific thing we're doing or something else, someone you just want me to take under my wing, the specifics of this.
Exactly.
All right.
Sunspot, I assume this is this a special commission or?
This will be paid for, of course. Do not worry,
Alright.
you will have your gold. Also,
Right.
where's the green one?
The green one is currently unavailable right now.
Who is this green one?
Jethro doesn't know exactly what's happening, but knows it is bad.
Yeah,
I'll
I
make
want
the
you to make a
deception
deception check for that
yeah,
one.
I'm making the deception check.
He's definitely gonna insight
19.
I'll make an insight for that
Holy
shit. Fuck
shit.
it. Oh,
Wait,
that's
okay,
16, never
19
mind.
to a total of what? 25. Or,
Jesus
no, that's
Christ.
Hannah. No,
No, yeah, that's.
Oh, that's
16.
just a flat 19. Okay.
Yeah. I have a +8 to deception, but it was a flat, I rolled an 11.
Okay. So, you see...
That's not a 25, by the way. It's just a 16.
Okay, I see. You see, you say this, and Captain Sunspot kind of, like, leans in a little bit, and he goes, Jethro, is she in trouble?
I don't particularly know yet. I lost contact with them when the elemental incursion started. They were out for a bit on their own. I had sent, it's been a hot sec. What was his name? Let me
Bebel.
open my notes.
Bebel?
Yeah, Bebel. I had sent Bebel to follow them, but I was locked up in paperwork, and I promised that I would not leave until I finished it, so hopefully he wouldn't run aground of anything, but, well, I don't particularly know.
Well, then it is
Last
just
I-
in time that Hannah came to your rescue.
Indeed.
Who is? Would you mind filling me in on who this green one is?
A private investigator I have hired to assist with a case. Is that a
Like,
deception check?
I'm gonna make an insight check regardless.
No, because like it's not. I mean, you can deception check that for sure, but like that is actually what you have done.
Technically.
Good.
Although I did get a 23 on insight, so if there's
So
anything
go ahead and
that
roll
I
your
could...
deception.
No. Okay, okay, fair enough. I'll roll it.
Whether or not you're deceiving, I would,
Just
I
like
would
the exact
like
same
to
roll,
incite
The
19.
more.
exact same. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of like there's definitely more to it, Hannah.
Okay. Interesting. And do you have any leads? Are we looking for this one?
We
Is
have
it-
the
how
burned
urgent
out
is it?
remains of a building that she was in, or last, as far as we know, she was in a small, well, I wouldn't call it a small scuffle, a fight broke out outside of it, and when we arrived there, it was on fire. Whether or not from what happened there or the incursion, we have yet to find out.
I see. And okay. Where do we begin?
You could head, I wrote it down, where is it? Where the fuck did I put it? It's been a second.
It's been a
My
second.
notes are a mess. Yo.
Yo.
Also,
What
my
was the
fan's
name
not
of the
too loud, is it?
bakery?
We can't hear your fan.
Oh,
Big
you're
Bird
good.
Bakery.
Bakery moment?
Big Bird
Fuck,
Bakery.
I don't remember the name of the bakery.
It is. It's Big Bird
It's-
Bakery.
Big Bird Bakery. I knew it was something that rhymed. Okay, Big Bird Bakery. Ugh. Ellipsy. Right. Well, the only lead we would have would be checking out would be looking over Big Bird Bakery and the various corpses that are out there, if they're still there. Maybe a few witness reports. Hopefully some of the guards that I quested to look that area over might still be there or return as soon as they could after the incursion.
Does this green one have any history with Big Bird Bakery? What is she notorious? Does she frequent that place often?
No, she arrived here about. It would be a day ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
about a day ago.
Oh, so not from here or traveling
Not
through?
in the slightest.
I see. What was her name?
Scytheless.
Scythe. Oh, that's. Oh, I thought that was part of the elemental attack. I saw a name in the sky right above my house. It was very strange.
You live right next to the precinct. Or not precinct, the what's it called?
Yeah, the precinct.
Fucking.
Yeah.
No, it is the precinct. I am right. You live next to the precinct.
Right across from the street.
Right, that message in the sky was meant for me, and it's the only lead we have.
Right. Okay. So,
It said my name in the sky, didn't it?
No, it said
no, it said-
Cyclist
No,
Big
it just
Bird
said
Bakery.
that.
yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Was she with anyone? Did she have anyone with her at the time that we could locate, or?
A massive reptile, which I do not know the locale of, and the closest to that would be Bebel, and he more or less picked up her trail.
Is Bebel still at the bakery?
Bebel is hopefully not passed out in the street, and I surmise he will be of very little use.
I understand.
As you talk, you see Captain Sunspot kind of walk up to King and hold out a hand to shake. Ah, hello, metallic friend. I do not believe we've met before.
Aladin Mithril just shakes his hand. It's
Ah.
a pleasure to meet you.
Captain Sunspot. At your
Captain.
service.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Captain.
You as well. How long have you been in this city? I don't believe I've ever seen you before.
Oh, I've been here a good while. I tend to stay out of trouble as best I can.
Yes,
Deception
here you
check.
are, saving us from all trouble in this
Well-
particular area.
Well, it's an affair that requires everyone in the city's help, and I assure you this individual
Okay.
is under my
Ooh.
watch.
I see.
Not. Does that assist his deception check?
No.
Also, I also may
Oh.
wish to. I also may wish to rephrase that.
I mean, you said what you said, and besides, he rolled a 5, and he has a
Oh.
immaculate +0. So,
However,
Oh,
I rolled a
alright.
10 somehow. What could I glean past the deception, if anything?
7 to 10, not entirely
Yeah.
truthful.
Okay.
For sure. It was just fucking Captain Sun's spot. I believe you implicitly. You seem like a good lad. It just like slaps a hand on your shoulder, still shaking your hand vigorously.
Yep.
Well, I will leave you all to your individual investigations, and Jethro, do get her back. I would hate to see, I suppose, an envoy for whatever she is go missing. Goodbye.
Indeed, the fact that. All right, goodbye.
He just walks away.
Sunspot, before you leave,
Hmm?
are we still on for lunch tomorrow?
Possibly. This attack may have thrown a few wrenches into a few things. There will be a lot of paperwork.
Yes, I understand.
Yay.
Well, Aladdin and Jethro, lead the way. I am here to assist with whatever investigation you are pursuing, and hopefully to assist in keeping you out of danger. As well as Aladdin. I just kind of like lean a little bit closer. You know, I've never quite seen someone of your stature. Are you Genasi as I am, or something else?
Something else.
Hmm.
I can't say I've seen many of your kind either.
We're not very common. Quite a diverse city this seems to be.
Yes,
More than you would
quite.
ever know. But I guess since you're under my command now, assumedly this, I would imagine the little back and forth you had with Sunspot, you're a paid mercenary of sorts, not officially the god, but officially the god.
A mercenary is a bit of a few pegs lower, I would say. I used to work in the military, and since then have sort of carved my own, forgive the pun, corner of the industry, so to speak. I suppose mercenary could work as a term.
A soldier for hire, better?
I prefer military contractor. Not
Hmm.
in the military, but closely associated, and oftentimes, as of today, contracted into the various emergencies of the city.
Well, apologies for putting one more emergency on top of that, but I imagine your contract expands to fit those.
That it does, and it's a pleasure to work with you people. It is very, it's certainly a change of pace. I admit I have. Sometimes it is a little bit rare to find high-paying jobs, so to speak, in this industry.
Well, we seek to give those who provide order here enough, we'll say, currency to go about their daily lives comfortably. It's the least they deserve. However, if you could head forward a bit, if you can't tell, I've had quite a few brushes with death in the past minute, and I would like to catch my breath. If you could head forward to the bakery, we'll catch up momentarily. Just make sure that nobody is messing with the corpses or the burned out remains of the building.
All right, and I will assume to take some authority over the guards under your command.
Of course, you act as a direct, we'll say, liaison for me in this circumstance.
Very well.
Not with my full authority, but as one of my detachments.
Very well. Where will you be when I am finished? Are you going to? Are you
I
heading
will
home
arrive
for the
in mere
day?
moments. I
All
just
right.
need a minute to ensure I'm not bleeding violently in my lungs.
Would you like some healing?
I think I've had enough of that put into me for one day, and I would not like to know the adverse effects of too much of it.
Yes.
King just pipes up a little bit. I could use a little. This elemental's roughed me up.
I am at 11 health, and I have probably taken enough damage to kill me 3 times over.
Very well. I will cast a funny spell.
Yeah, Jethro, you feel like
Damn.
a little bit too much blood in your veins, you know, because most of that was electrical burns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll cast. Actually, wait, hang on a minute. Should I cast something funnier? Oh, I could cast something even funnier. One sec.
Also, Hannah,
that be
is
okay?
your quote-unquote full name fully visible on your chest, or is your armor kind of covered?
It would be if not for the scale mail.
Okay.
Yeah. Under the scale mail, it's just kind of like a sort of thick cotton tank top of sorts, from which you would see like maybe the top half of the text.
Why is he wearing a tank top? He doesn't sweat.
He likes they like how it looks.
Fair enough.
It's just convenient and
Stylistic.
comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's comfy. Yeah. Do I want to cast? Nah, I'll cast Gentle Repose. No.
I'm not dead yet.
Prayer of Healing.
Prayer of Healing takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cast that. Just gonna cast Cure Wounds on Aladdin. Boink. 1. Boom. That's 11 healing for Aladdin.
God
That's
damn.
I hope that will do for now. I'm sort of feeling a little bit spent from previous battles.
Like, you see Kingslayer kind of like adjust himself around a bit, like looking very much more awake, or like just just like a little bit less slumped a bit. He's just like, yes, that's perfect. Thank you.
It is my pleasure and my duty. All right. I will head to Big Bird Bakery. Are there anyone that I meant to be speaking to besides Bebel?
Babel is more than likely at the precinct, if not passed out in the street. You can speak to them again, but we should probably wait a bit. They've been awake for the past 2 to 3 days. Other
Unfortunate.
than that, guards at the scene, if you can find them, just collect the information. We will be behind you shortly. By the time you get there, it will take us no more than 5 minutes before we arrive.
Understood. Well, I will see you there, and I will walk
Of course.
away.
As you guys kind of start
The
to...
moment...
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, as Hannah walks away, and once we're sure that they're out of, earshot and eye shot, everything. As quietly as he can, Jethro, turns over to King. Right, I know the back alleys of the city quite well. We'll reach there in the time said and get a bit more privacy. And then just begin walking off.
King just somewhat impressed about that level of planning, or quick planning. Just like does like a assured nod and follows along.
Yeah. As you guys kind of all break off to your separate locations, you can see now the more church clerics, people who have never seen a day of combat in their life, begin rushing into the scene. And as is pretty normal with these events, those who were hiding from an elemental attack, as soon as it was over, just opened up shop again and went back to their business, like near
Clean the
immediately.
blood off their storefront.
Yeah, it's like, well, now that natural disaster is over, time to get to work. Like,
Damn.
kind of a real weird and somewhat fucked up scene,
Man,
especially considering the amount of bodies and dust
That's
here.
your city life for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
city
really
life.
is.
also, real quick, King, what was the exact reason that Pyatt wanted me to work with Jethro, just to solve the disappearances and shit because it's gotten into our business.
Yes, all the disappearances, and they have more official resources at their capacity, so it'd be good to work with them to get back this year.
I see.
You should really write
Alright.
this down.
Yeah.
I think I have it written down, but I just want a quick
Write it down
synopsis.
more.
Okay.
Yo. But yeah. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, you head
Back
off.
alley moment. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
let me
goes
turn
first?
down-
What's unseen are us in the back alleys. Yo.
Yeah, you guys head to a back alley. You know, there's just a couple barrels there. There's like a precariously hanging rope lift that just someone didn't put down before stopping using. Yeah, you guys are pretty secluded.
Well, still, making our way over to the area because standing still and talking about something private in a back alley is a good way for people to find you moving and doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah. The moment, like, the purview of anyone is gone, any warmth that Jethro had our covering is just gone. Just fizzles out a fair bit. Right. Well, the two of us find ourselves in an interesting situation, don't we?
Indeed.
So, who pulls your strings? Why are you here? What do you wish to speak to me about?
Rather up front, what do you seem to know of the missing seer case?
Presumably, since we saw you there, a bit of moving around, I don't know how much more we know other than what you know. Few bits and pieces that I won't divulge until I know more about why you're here, what you're doing, what your play is. Very bold of you to just come out in the open after somebody, at this point is looking for your head, or was. Interesting. Curious.
Yes. Well, just know that we may have a mutual goal. You and my employers.
Who might those employers be, if you don't mind me inquiring?
Oh, you know them quite well. You owe them a favor after all.
Just immediately, like, daggers. Indeed, I do. And they seek to call it now?
Not particularly with this case, no. We wish to, well, work with you to an end.
And it will end after I work with you.
The favor, yet to be seen, but it would look rather favorably on you.
I don't know.
Either way. Either way, people are going missing, and we would like to know why.
I wonder why people are going missing indeed.
Well, we're hoping
Not
that
the normal purview that you also dutifully see happens.
well, we're hoping that you and your ilk would be rather useful in assisting with this. And of course, we have resources of our own we could offer to assist in your investigation.
I'm quite capable of doing it on my own. But if it would assist with agreements made in the past for you to toddle around with us, sure. I see no reason why not. I would request that it acts under my purview, however.
And how do you mean?
None of your, we'll say, trudging against the law, breaking lines, bouncing on an edge, whatever your kin refer to it as. We do it clean, the way it's meant to be done. And we will find who did it. I can only surmise why your association would want to find the seer. Quite easily, really.
Well,
But nothing dirty, will taint this investigation more than it already has.
JB.
I
Hmm?
will agree to your terms on one condition.
Of
If we're,
course.
we will do my methods should the situation be absolutely necessary. But in the guise of trust, I will try my best to refrain from unseemly acts that would reflect poorly on your, mm, well, your figure, I guess, would be the
That
word.
would be best if we seek to find the seer, as well, as of now, the investigation moves forward by, well, more or less my positioning. If that were gone, I doubt either of us would find our quarry.
Mm,
So it's in the best of, or it's the best of both of our interests if we keep this like any normal investigation. And do not fret, I'm aware of your skill set. I won't force you to act like me or the missing individual we're now looking for.
mm,
You will
yeah,
get use of your skills, just in a more legally, we'll say, oriented way.
mm, yes, I'd say that's satisfactory. Speaking of the green one, what did happen to her? I get the sense that you may have been withholding some details from, well, the rather crispy one.
If I would guess if there were details withheld by her, they were not done of malice, but more out of a lack of knowledge of customs or what would be important. She is naive, and if she is in danger now, whether it be the confrontation caused by her or one she just saw and ran off from, or more took a larger part in, I wouldn't know, and that is what we are going to go and investigate. But I would imagine a massive message in the sky, not leaving any form of subtlety, would imply danger, or at least a warning.
Hmm. I mean, what does are there any details that your contacts have so far regarding this case, or possibly even the bakery?
The bakery. Dude, would I know anything about that bakery? Like, has there been like
Uh,
shady activity going on near it? Haven't been able to get a warrant to
make a
search it, kind of
history
thing.
check.
Yeah, all right,
Could
all
I make
right.
that check as well?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
15.
15. All right, yeah. You're a human. You're probably one of the few races that actually goes to the bakery in the first place. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, you've been there, and every time you've been there, it hasn't seemed anything wrong. They've never had any, big scandals or anything. It's just about, what was it, 10, 12 years ago, the old bakery got taken over, and they just rebranded.
I see.
Yeah, it's
No
pretty average business shit.
dragonborn like workers in it?
Nope, just
Nope,
Aarakocra.
that's a new thing. Erica. All right.
I was gonna say, Fiat never told me to like be discreet about that bakery, correct? I can't remember.
No,
It's just more of like, huh, that's interesting. Anyway,
she never said anything about that. She didn't even think it was part of this, if it is.
okay, all right. Hmm. So,
It, as far as I've seen, it was an unassuming establishment. The fact that something like this would happen out front of it with it burning down would mostly be chalked up without any modicum of other information as an accident, building caught in the crossfire, most likely those that ran it dead. But now it is a lead worth investigating.
hmm. King seemed like you see King's eyes sort of light up a bit. It's just like it's like kind of leaning back on the walls. Well, I guess they had you rather fooled.
That
Uh,
they did.
in the light of
Doing
trust, I'll share my details on this establishment. I noticed some odd, or I'd encountered an odd individual. Followed him back to the bakery. Something about it seemed off. Well, or the individual himself. So I hired a few contracts to investigate. What they came back was that it's a front of some kind. What kind they could not discern, but that there was something underneath it.
Well, hopefully that something has not collapsed. That might give us a good bit more light as to where my compatriot has gone.
Yes.
Was not expecting you to be so forthcoming with any form of information thus far. Since I guess we're working together now, I still have the diary on me, don't I?
Yes, you do. And nobody but you knows about it. You and Scytheless, that is. Wait, yeah, Scytheless.
I'll meet your good faith. You've coalesced to my demands thus far, and I hope that we can get this over with as soon as possible. And I will pull out the diary and hand it over.
Hmm.
If you make any move to leave here with that, I will burn this town down finding you.
Seems rather counterintuitive, but very well.
Running
King.
away would be counterintuitive also.
Yes, King's just flipping through the diary, just sort of reading through it, seeing what it's all about. I guess I just find the same details from before.
Yep. You get that passage now.
Okay.
Sketches of two Aarakocra, does that at all seem familiar,
Yes.
given what my contacts told me?
Let me go to reference. I believe that it was a shoe bill, yes?
Believe so.
I remember it being one.
Let me see my. Let's see. You said they listed Cormorant, Shoebill, and or Stork, and then others.
Yes, the shoe bill that you saw leaving Big Bird Bakery, that is looks like the same one.
Let's say Kingslayer, just like you see him sort of lean in a bit, like when looking at that sketch, and you see his eyes glaze over that amber color. Well, well, well. Well, it seems the seer knew someone from that bakery. On the sketch here, he's one of the ones I saw leaving the place.
All the more reason to investigate it.
As he closes the journal and hands it back to Jethro.
Jethro takes it, it goes straight back into like the leg bindings of his armor.
Yup.
Well, let us go investigate this bakery and see what we can't scrounge up.
Yeah, if anything remains. Interesting though, this uneasy alliance already bearing fruit. Two of us walking through an alleyway, not stabbing each other. Ironic.
Fond memories.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, to the bakery.
All right. You guys start heading to the bakery, and now you see the smoke that was filling several points in the city kind of getting thinner. It looks like those have also been dealt with. A series of catastrophes all at the same time. Completely by accident.
Completely by accident.
Well, the elementals. That's just a
Yeah.
natural disaster. Yes, you...
I call the rest opportunism.
Yeah. You two begin heading over to the Big Bird Bakery, but we're going to go to Hannah, who left quite a bit earlier than
All
you
right.
guys. Hannah, when you get to Big Bird Bakery, you're not familiar with the place. You know, you don't really eat bread. You head
Alright.
there, and
Probably not from there though.
yeah, I mean, there's like a meat and bread place like very close to your house. So,
Yeah.
But you see, currently there is a whole I forget the word for it when people fan out. Perimeter. Yes, there's a whole perimeter of guards making sure that civilians stay away, or less than citizens. And you currently see a human man kind of crouching over the body of this dragonborn, looking the body over. I believe it was a gold-scaled dragonborn, I said last time. You see this
Excuse
human
me.
in front of you? Yes. Kind of looks up at you.
What sort of details are we dealing with here?
Not sure myself.
What have you
Figuring that
gleaned?
out.
Hmm.
You see this human
see.
male kind of has like slicked back brown hair. Got a nice bowler hat on and like a very wrinkled suit. Looks like this guy probably doesn't sleep a whole lot, but still trying to stay professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no, it's not wet at all because there hasn't been raining today. But he looks over and says, if you don't mind me asking, who exactly are you?
No, you don't recognize me?
No.
Well, of course. Hand a tombstone at your service, and I'll just offer to shake his hand.
Don't touch me, I'm sterile.
I'm not sure. Fair enough, I suppose.
I assume you're here for on official business, yes?
But I am. I'm sent here. I'm on tasked by Jethro Tallier.
Right,
I was
okay.
not given many leads. I was not given many leads, but I assume it has something to do with what they mentioned as a green woman named Scytheless.
I don't know much about that. I'm just trying to figure out why there are two dead people, and specifically Dragonborn, with a kind. And he turns the face just a little bit so you can see it, and you see that there is the cut off face of a shoebill, or not a shoebill because that was the wrong one, of a Condor Aarakocra, kind of like literally sewn to this Dragonborn's face. Why, there's a Dragonborn with another man's face.
That is grotesque.
Yes.
Have we any witnesses?
I'd like to say we do. We have one. Most people scattered. She's currently over there. You see a tabaxi lady kind of sitting on some steps of a nearby house, and then there's a guard like talking to her with a notepad currently taking down notes. If you'd like to talk to her, you sure can. If you know anything about medicine, you can sure help me with this. Or maybe, magic.
Yes. I will be with this in just a moment, actually. Wait, hang on. Can I cast? Never mind, yeah. I will be with you in just a moment. It is kind of a priority for me to gather information.
Very well.
Excuse me for 1 second. And I'll walk over to the tabaxi woman, and I'll sit down next to her on the steps. Hello, I'm told you, witnessed some of the activities that happened here?
Yes, are you with them, or?
Yes, I'm with the guard, yes.
Okay, and you see this woman, Serval Tabaxi, super fucking tall, very leggy, like legs make up half this person's length. Currently got kind of just a nice gown on, and a basket with some fruit next to her. Or not fruit, vegetables. She kind of goes, what would you like to know? I've already told them as much as I know.
Well, if you're able, if you could just kind of repeat what you have said to me. I would like to hear it from the source rather than the others.
One of the guards kind of looks over, squints at you. I'm doing my best here.
No offense, of course.
Yeah. This woman kind of goes, okay. From the top then, I was on my way back home from the market, just taps the side of the basket. So goes, and then a green plant person jumped out of a window, followed by a few Aarakocra, that being one of them, and points at the Dragonborn.
Hmm.
And she goes, they proceeded to fight. Very bloody. A guard came to try and help, but he is, well, there. Points at the dead guard. She goes,
I see.
after that, she fell pretty quickly. A dinosaur, the pterosaurs, managed to pummel that dragonborn. And then the guards arrived shortly after, as the rest of the Arakaka fled into the building and started burning it down with the plant woman inside. I think they took her somewhere else.
Were you able to see where in the building they went? Was there anything could gleam?
Well, I was kind of hiding, but I think they went to the left. It might be a basement. Not entirely sure.
Excellent. All right. I will check that out. Thank you so much for your cooperation.
Of course.
With any luck, we can find this green woman and bring the these criminals to justice.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Oh, dude, I'm so good at that.
Your words of comfort seem to have no effect.
Yeah.
Right, I do hope you find her and them.
Yes. Well, as always, we will do our best. If you will excuse me, I have a body to investigate.
You head back over to the... Wait, which of the two bodies are you going to first? The Dragonborn or the Kenku guard?
I'll go to the Dragonborn.
Dragonborn. Okay. Tell me what you are trying to look for, and that will decide, obviously, the role.
This body is charred, right?
That would be a medicine check.
Well, I feel like if it's like charred, I could like that's
I mean,
that's how I
yeah,
remember it
at
being
first
dried
glance, it
before.
is not charged, no. Or
Oh,
charred.
okay, not charred. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just make a medicine check just to look for like cause of death or like any wounds that were taken before and or after death.
Okay, yeah. Go and make that medicine check.
Wow.
9? I mean...
Oh, it's Friday.
It's Friday. These Friday rolls. Oh, yeah, baby. The cause of death is pretty easy to see for this guy, even through the scales. Obviously, scales kind of obscure internal bleeding. You can see that they are broken and bent all across the front. And some scales are kind of like pushed in and causing bleeding. It looks like this person died to massive blunt force trauma.
I see. And you said the face of this Arakakra was a condor, or?
Yes, it is a condor.
Okay, and it was sewn on to the face in some way?
Yep, it is sewn on to the face of the Dragonborn with the top beak on the top of the snout and bottom on the bottom, obviously. It looks like it has been more or less perfectly lined up to this Dragonborn's face.
I see. Well, that's grotesque.
It
Do we have anyone here who can make sketches? Any scribes?
Yeah, him. You just see the guy actually is sketching all of this. Or actually, at
very
this
good.
point, he'd be done. He's currently just kind of standing there.
Yes, bring that back to the judiciary as soon as you can.
Not done quite yet. We haven't flipped the body.
Oh, I see. I'll assist with that if you are done with this.
Yeah, I think I've gleaned all I could from this. Go ahead and flip it if you can. You look strong.
I'll just pick it up and...
Yep. You pick it up and flip it over to the backside. And the backside of this person pretty much untouched. Like, you don't see any visible damage currently, and there's no other like sewn bits or anything. It's just the average back of a dragonborn.
See. I think it would also be important to, if possible, remove the fucking god-awful disguise on this one's face and try to get a sketch of whoever they were underneath that.
We will do that later. Currently, we need to figure out what it is in the first place. If it's magical in some way, we need the wizards to get here.
Yes, I see.
At this time, the other two would kind of show up to the scene. That means you, King, and Jethro.
I'd imagine
Yo.
Jethro's leading the way.
Yeah. We arrive.
Yeah, you arrive. You see,
yeah.
you see Hannah kind of crouching over a body. This human with slicked back hair crouching over, and someone currently taking a sketch of the body.
All right. Yeah, just walk straight over them. Not like try best not to step on anything that can be considered evidence.
Yeah,
You
you
know.
step on all of the evidence.
Fuck
Sorry.
you.
You walk only on the element,
Yeah.
on the evidence.
You step only on the
Walks-
evidence.
Walk straight up to them and just right. So what have preliminary investigations given us, if anything?
All right, Gold Dragonborn probably died by blunt force trauma, like incredible force. They have a. I'll turn the. Actually, I won't turn the body back over, but I'll just like gesture to the man writing the sketch. Very grotesquely, facial surgery sewn this condor Aarakocra's face onto this dragonborn. Disgusting, if you ask me. There's another body over there that I have yet to investigate. We have one witness who describes a green plant woman jumping out of a window of the bakery, having a scuffle with 3 Aarakocra, and falling shortly thereafter, where she was carried into the building, presumably down to a staircase to a lower level, and then the attackers, the criminals, were then subsequently torched the entire building.
And the ones that died out here? Though I have my guesses.
Oh, yes. She also described a parasaur traveling with the green woman. And I think... Did she describe the parasaur pummeling the other guy to death?
No.
Blood force trauma.
You get the sense that like talking to you is probably the 12th time she'd had to say that story. So it's
Right.
like she was just getting through it quickly. Like, all right, here are the fucking details.
But she did say that, like, the
She mentioned that there
Parasaur
was a parasaur. She didn't mention that it
Okay.
pummeled the guy. But
Okay.
you can make assumptions considering the pummeling is across his entire chest
Yeah.
and lower body.
judging by the skill set of a parasaur and the cause of death of this one, could only assume that the parasaur became enraged in some way for whatever reason.
So while Hannah is explaining this, King just kind of walked past Jethro, who's just examining the dead dragonborn once more.
Okay, what kind of check do you want to make? Do you want to do like cause of death? Do you want to try and figure out what the fuck this face is up with? Like, what kind of thing you're looking to do?
Well, I remember I bumped into that one guy before, and he said it didn't feel like feathers. So King's
Yes.
gonna kind of touch his chest, see if it's the same. If he gets a similar feeling.
Yeah, you touch his chest, it's scales. Yeah, definitely not feathers.
Does it feel so it feels similar to initially?
I mean, yeah. Scales are
Okay.
scales.
I was gonna. I'm gonna try to just examine or examine around the face for any sort of uh oddities that may stick out other than the main one of it being, someone else's face.
Yeah. What kind of check are you trying to make for this? Like medicine
Uh,
or investigation or arcana?
I think medicine.
Medicine? Okay. Yeah, roll that medicine.
18.
18. You're looking at this, and from the get-go, you can see that it has actually healed into his skin. Like the scales around the face have actually been picked off. So you can see that this is something that has been there for a long time. This is pretty, honestly, good work here. Like, this was done professionally.
Mm. So some form of professional, like, surgeon or something.
Possibly.
Interesting. Do I know of anyone in the city, probably in the more black market section,
Any
that
plastic
would,
surgeons?
any black market plastic surgeons that graft people's faces onto others?
No.
Oh.
You don't even need to make a check for that. No.
Curious.
Also, I misspoke. Not a condor. It's a cormorant. That is on this guy's face. That's my bad.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Remembering the obvious illusion you ran into before. Does anyone here seem a particularly magically bound or?
Make an investigation check.
5.
Oh, it's Friday.
No,
Yep, it's Friday.
it's Friday.
I guess it's the guard who's over, like, or who is standing, or is that guard still overlooking this guy?
The one investigating or the one currently sketching?
Like, is there one just like near the body that seems to be overlooking it?
Most of the
investigating it.
people, the two guards who are here actively checking out the body are the only ones paying attention to it currently. The others are like making sure people don't come through the square.
Okay. I was making sure there wasn't like guards just all over the fucking place, and those guys had
No, this
moved
is a
on.
professional perimeter.
Okay. As this like looks up to the one or to those two, just like, very odd. Do you guys know of any? How magically apt are you?
Me personally, oh wait, that's to them. You said.
Wait, was that
That
the?
was to 2 random guards, not
Oh, okay.
Hannah.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I know a couple of spells. Not very big on it though. He doesn't know any. He points to the scribe.
Have you ever read of or know of any illusion spells? Be strengthened like with another man's face.
Well, I know disguise self, but this, not a clue.
Maybe a starting point. And Kingslayer just stands up, kind of like turns his gaze elsewhere. Just
Yeah, continue.
say, what does the actual bakery look like right now? Is it still on fire?
The bakery has currently been put out. Like, you can see the slight embers of like little fires that just didn't quite get put out or maybe sparked back up, but it is no longer an inferno.
All right.
And
King,
it is nearly collapsed as well. Like, it is a skeleton.
King turns to Jethro, or well, walks up to Jethro. Oh fuck! God damn, I keep like burping and like almost throwing up.
It's not
Fuck.
very good.
I don't know. I'll say King goes to Jethro. I'm gonna go do some asking around.
I'll
Be
see
back.
if I can properly get to whatever is below this building.
Yes, I will join with that as well.
That would be a good idea. If your story is correct, then a acting officer of the law is currently in danger, so any pretense for keeping the site together to investigate the crime is forfeit. Apologies. Kind of looking over to the, investigator.
It's fine. I assume you're not kicking us out of here.
No, you'll do your work, but don't expect to find much of anything if there was anything left in the building. We're on a clock. And right over to the closest area to where King told me there was like a front or a way down, and see if we could break the wall in that area or clear it out.
The front
I'm
is
gonna
just like
follow
right
him.
there because the battle took place in front of the store.
Yeah, but like that's the front of the store. We'd have to clear so much rubble to get over there. If we just went around to the back where it was at and see if we could just knock the wall open and move the rubble up there, it'd be quicker.
Would it? There was just a big glass panes there as a single story building.
Oh, I thought the building had collapsed like fully.
No, it is a skeleton. But it's
Got
not
it.
like, yeah, there's a bunch of shit on the floor, but this entire thing was on fire. Front or back, it'd be equally bad.
All right, but yeah, going over there and checking out where a hole should be.
Yeah, you see a hole with just some, like, cracked in half and burnt to cinders, boards of wood, and some, like, thatch insulation that is just kind of scattered and turned to mostly ash. But you can walk inside.
Yeah.
Let's say, real quick while they're doing this, King's gonna go off and try to find those, 2 contacts he had hired.
Okay, yeah, you look over and...
Before I step in, or Jethro just want to look it over and see. They're probably smart enough to leave a present, if you get what I'm saying.
Who, the, informants? Or the...
No, the people that use said hole. You know what I'm saying? Because if I remember correctly, like it was the storefront, and there was like stairs that led down in the back, and that was like where the front was, you know. Cause
Yeah,
the
there are
informants had went
stairs
down
that
there.
are kind of to the left of the entrance behind the counter.
Got it.
That's what it was.
What I'm asking is, are the stairs trapped?
Ah, yeah, you can make an investigation check for that. And King,
I'd help out with that.
yeah,
Actually, Jethro will look over to Hannah before, just like, are you trained for finding gifts left by people that don't want to be followed?
Not certain that's my specialty from how you describe it, but I will. I will cast a light on my left glove,
Alright.
and just kind of like wave it, kind of like just push it out in front of me, and as I move through the building. Do you know the area down in this space?
No, but I'll go first. If I die, well, just make sure I don't die. Then yeah,
My job.
traps check. Yay, with advantage, because
Yeah.
assistance.
And King, as you look to the
7.
left, you do see the two people that you had keeping a watch there currently in a window, like a second-story house, currently like peeking out. And like they see you, see them, and they just shake their heads no. They do not want to be associated with this.
I gotta go walk my dog real quick.
You bastard. All right.
Damn.
Well, King, go on with whatever you're doing then.
Okay. I would say King just like kind of like looks at them and then just keeps walking. I'm gonna stealth.
You're gonna stealth. Okay. Yeah, make a stealth check at disadvantage because you have no cover.
25 and
Disappears.
11.
You feel pretty stealthy, man.
Okay.
You know, confidence does a lot for stealth.
What about once I actually get like just kind of like out of sight a little bit?
Everybody knows where you were going.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not really caring about the guards, but I'm gonna like go towards like sort of semi in the direction of the building that those two are in,
Okay.
and then break off to an alleyway and then try stealth.
I mean that's what the stealth roll was. You just made it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You break off to the alleyway, and what are you doing once you make it to the alleyway?
I'm just gonna try to like go inside of that building that they're in.
There is only a front door.
All right. Gotta love the architecture here.
The architecture here is meant to be waterproof. But
And that's stupid.
Shoot me.
Anyways, fucking just gonna, just try the door.
Okay, you walk back in full view of the guards again and try to the door, and it is locked.
Okay.
One of the guards goes,
Can we just
excuse me, do you mind not walking into people's houses?
This is like, turns to him, oh, they're, associates of mine, meaning to come for a visit.
Well, I'm sure if you knocked on the door, and they were available, they would come to the door.
King just gives a few hearty knocks at the door.
Okay, you knock at the door a couple of times, and they do not answer. Make an insight check.
Alright. 7.
7.
God, it's Friday.
Fucking hell.
Probably
I hate
don't
this.
want to be associated or anywhere near a bunch of fucking guards.
Let me think.
Awaiting your think.
Think.
Think hard. Brain hurt.
So there are seriously no other entrances to this building?
There's a
Like,
window right in front, but there's a window and a door. But there's no other entrances or exits here.
Oh, let me think.
It's really hard to make a waterproof and airproof window, man. With the given
Yeah.
technology. Windows aren't very popular here. Those who can afford actual glass and custom fittings are few and far between.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Would I be able to, if I write like a note, slide it under the door, or the door cracks too thin?
No, it's thin. These things are waterproof.
Alright, do they have like a mail slot? Or anything?
No.
Okay.
Doors.
The thieves can't have any kind of hidden, like, does it also apply to like secret signals to like be like, everything's clear?
Yes, there are like symbols that you can etch into walls and things like that.
I'm saying more like of like knocking or something.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna give sort of a like light knock, by the door of like basically just like everything's fine.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
God. Persuasion. This one. Oh my God, 7.
Holy fuck, it's Friday. I'm just gonna. I hope you don't mind. I'm just gonna roll a bunch of this to get
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
shit out of the way.
Dude,
Holy
you
shit! I
just
rolled
there it
wasted
all
all
is.
your good rolls.
There's all the good rolls. All right.
Yep, there you go,
I'm cured.
Jamie.
I'm cured. I got it.
Yeah, no, they don't come down.
Hell.
And I think we'll probably take a break here and wait for Jethro to get back. And we're back.
You got 7 to investigation.
Yeah, you got. Was that with advantage?
Yep. Bad roll.
It's Friday.
Let's see, need to find it. Yeah,
Friday,
7.
Friday.
Doesn't appear to be
Shite.
trapped.
Yeah. Just shield up, just like, right. Let's check. Let's look over the bottom of these steps. If looks like it's just it's open and we can continue through, then we go get my other associate. Right?
All right.
Gives him time to look over the crime scene. He might find something helpful, but we are on a tight schedule. And then down Jethro goes.
Real quick, was Jethro
Okay.
referring to King about
Yes.
this? Would King still be doing his dumb bullshit, or
It took them a minute to investigate.
Okay. So would it be? So I would be returning back in.
Yeah, you can return.
Okay. Do I hear, or can I actually hear Jethro say that?
Why not?
All right.
Yeah.
It's just like you don't have to wait. I'm already here.
Oh, good. Saves us time then.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Time to
down
go.
you descend. These stairs are actually made out of like you open up the door, and as you do, just a plume of smoke comes out immediately. Kind of like,
Oh,
yeah, it's not great to breathe in.
Damn.
Yeah.
I had pressed.
Uh, as you kind of step inside, thankfully, at least the door is not trapped. And you see down to the bottom of the staircase. Let me move you to this map. Can you see just the little bit at the top right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, fog of wargaming.
Fog of
Fog
War.
of War mode?
So why don't
We put in
let's-
our tokens down?
yeah, let's get those tokens down.
Yo.
Jamie's got it.
Krog of War.
Krog of War.
Also, Keegan,
I have
editing.
11 health.
Yeah, what, bud?
I was gonna say, Keegan, your is your clock visible like on your computer?
Yeah, it's
Or does it list your
7:57.
Okay, I was say possibly memorize that time for editing purposes.
I already did.
Okay,
Right.
good.
I've written it down. Anyways, yeah, you guys open up the door and go inside, and these staircases are made out of stone, very sturdy, and yeah, you start descending. If one person makes a move, you cannot make another move until someone else does. Basically, make sure one person doesn't go fucking zoom.
All right.
Going in.
Going in. All right, it is up to you guys now.
Just like standing at the steps. Wait a minute. Right, we're not dead. Good. What was the fake name that? Brain.
Paladin.
Aladdin, yeah. There it is. Okay. Oh, write that down. Write that down. Write that down. Thank you for letting me
It's
know. I
Aladdin
forgot
with a
because I
P?
went to Aladdin. I forgot I had to
Aladdin.
go walk my dog.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Alan
Well,
with a P,
so-
Paladin.
I also want to write down his full name just in case.
Yeah.
The last
Do
name
it.
was Mithril.
How's that spelled?
Let me see here. Where the fuck did I write this at? Description. You need the first name and the last name, or just the last
Mithra I
name?
can spell. How do you spell the first name?
Aladen.
I was almost at it. Alright. Alright, cool. Thank you. Right, Aladdin, your skills would be more tailored to finding gifts left behind, I would imagine.
I'll see what I can do.
Good.
Before you go in, here, and I will. Is there any kind of like object that he's holding or could be holding that I could just cast light on?
King.
On him,
I don't.
on your weapon or on like a shield or some other thing.
I got some one of my daggers.
Are you wearing like a glove?
No.
Ah, okay. I'll do it on your daggers. Here, light for you, and your dagger will glow with quite a bright light.
Can you just is it on like the blade itself or like the sheath?
Whole dagger.
Okay. Well, that's good for being inconspicuous. Can just descends the steps and I'm gonna check for traps.
All right, where are you going to?
Just like down to the bottom of the steps, like right here. So
Okay.
Jethro will follow behind him,
As
or right next to him.
as you head down the stairs and you place your foot down, nothing happens, and you keep going forwards. All right.
although, what's the check for checking for
That
traps?
would
Just
be
perception.
investigation check.
Can
Right.
Jethro assist with this? You know, look
Yeah,
around
you
right
certainly
next to him?
can. So roll
He'll
it with
just
advantage.
stand right there. Yo.
All right, 15.
15. It does none of this hallway appears to be trapped. Jethro can see a little bit further in.
All right.
You
So am
seem
I
clear.
stuck here? Is that my movement?
Jethro already moved, so you can move forward.
Okay. I guess I'll move down to like here.
Okay.
We're staying right next to you. Just imagine we're attached by the waist, and there you go.
Attached by the waist. As you head down the steps, you kind of look down and or down this hallway, and you see kind of a mostly blank room. You see a couple of mats on the floor, like sleeping mats. You can. The smoke here is intense. Like, Jethro, you're actually having to crouch a little bit as
I'm the shortest one here.
yeah, smoke.
King's just full stood height. It's just like in the smoke. Just,
Oh
what's
yeah, I'm
happening?
with Earth Genasi. I'm fucking horrified.
Yeah, you're the only one who actually has to breathe here.
Oh,
Yeah, you
this
see
room,
a
you are
mostly
so
empty room.
lucky.
All right. Let's
In
move
what
ahead
way?
again. Make another trap check.
All right.
I'll
Continue
assist.
to assist. Oh, we're assisting.
Double assistance. Double advantage.
The fuck? Come on, roll 20.
Yeah.
Damn it.
All right, 12.
12. Nothing appears to be trapped. And you see in front of you now that you can like actually see fully into the room. This appears to be kind of a bar. Like you see food on the tables that appears to be fresh. Over behind here, you actually see like a full what was a drink stand, but you just see piles of glass and still somewhat on fire alcohol. Just kind of all over the floor here. And
See.
yeah, the bar, however, is no longer on fire. It appears that the oxygen kind of actually went or took the fire out because it burned all the oxygen. Yeah. But yeah, you see.
It's obvious enough to tell when this started burning. People left in a hurry.
Yeah. You see
Got it.
mats on the floor. You see like some supplies over at the top here. Like it looks like this was a place for people to lounge and possibly sleep.
Just from like looking in the room immediately, did anybody leave like pieces of paper on the tables? Anything? Anything?
Perception check for that.
All right.
I'll assist with that.
Yo, we're looking
Oh.
around.
Looking around.
check.
Yeah, looking check.
Looking.
Advantage because I'm being assisted.
Whoa.
Nat 20.
Yeah!
Woo! One roll.
I really wish I could say yes, but
It
there
confirms
are
that we missed nothing.
yeah, that confirms that you missed that. There is no papers on these tables, but there is some pretty decent looking food. Might be a little bit, smoky, but.
How about the supplies that are in the corner? Anything catch my eye out of that?
You look over and it looks to be food supplies. Like you see,
Okay.
like a fire pit over here.
All right.
Yeah, it's various supplies that are needed to live.
All right. Got it. Okay. With that roll, is there any blood, hair, clothing
Le-
items left
leaves.
behind?
Leave.
Leaves.
Yeah,
anything
this place
like that.
is filled with leaves. There are leaves everywhere.
You
now-
get what I'm saying.
Yeah, you cannot find any hair as you kind of look on the ground. You do, however, find a couple of shed scales.
I am taking a few of those.
Okay, you take a scale of every color, baby.
You know why?
Yep. Let's just
Even-
quantify it. You get 2 gold or bronze scales, 1 blue scale. Actually, there would be quite a bit more blue scales. There, let's say 4 blue scales, and a red scale.
And the ones that were dead up above, there was gold one, I think a red one, and what was the last one?
The dead people up above was only a gold scale dragonborn and an actual Kenku.
Okay. Okay. We got something.
We got something, boys.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
I don't know why you're excited about the dead body, but okay.
No,
We're going
it's
to-
scales that we don't have a body to identify
Yeah,
for.
right.
That
I'm
helps.
going to
That
touch
helps.
this table and cast light on it instead of on the dagger, and so we'll illuminate the whole room.
Okay, yeah. Jethro picks up stuff off the ground, looks up, immediately gets blinded. like
So incredibly bright. The smoke was already in my eyes. Ugh,
Are you all right?
this is horrible, but we need to do it. So, no.
This is a pathway through, right?
Yep, and I since you moved there, I was just about to reveal this. Oh, and I did that wrong.
Interesting. Various supplies. Cool.
I can't
Go
draw
to the-
bags on roll 20, so
Did the store seem like is this just an entry into this
this
area?
is just an entry. It's an open entry, and
Okay, what
back
is this anything over here?
this no, you see like little actually sleeping rolls over here, and this is a bar, what remains of a bar.
Okay.
Down here,
I'm gonna go invest.
you see entirely burnt desk. And guess king?
I'm gonna go try to investigate behind the bar. If
Okay.
it's not currently burning.
It's not currently burning, though. There's some flames from the alcohol beneath your feet, but you're not gonna get burned by it. Make an investigation check.
Let's see. 9.
What's
9. A bunch of broken glass, and you can feel your feet getting sticky from all the alcohol already.
Okay.
It doesn't appear that there's anything here.
Okay. Am I allowed to move back down to them?
Yeah, sure.
Jethro's just waiting there.
Yeah. You
Right,
see. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, Jethro. Right. Look this place over real quick before we get in there. Make sure we're not stepping on anything.
I will have a look around. Investigation.
It's
I'll let this-
assistance.
I might. Oh, that'd be very helpful.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're assisting. Yo.
Yo, 16
Holy
somehow.
shit.
Even though I have
Nice.
-1.
Hell yeah.
You see no traps, thankfully. And you do see all of the various supplies over here are currently burnt to cinders. You see, the desk over here that is also completely burnt up. You see kind of what was a curtain and makeshift sleeping area over here, is also currently burnt. Look, this room is filled with charred up things that were probably important.
And just at a moment's notice, the various supplies that are laying around, can we recognize what some of them once were?
Make a perception check for that. Perception or
Okay.
investigation to try and identify.
Assist. Yo, perception advantage because I'm being assisted. Whoa! 20.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Kind of over here, you see what were office working supplies. This area is stained with ink, and you can see the remains of ink pots and whatnot. There's one area that is particularly just dust, so you assume that's probably what was a stack of paper. Yeah. Over here, just it's a bunch of office working supplies. Over here in the bottom left, it is currently heat warped weapons and some minor bits of armor, helmets and breastplates. That's right, makeshift armory. They just put all of their armory shit over there. And over here, actually, there is nothing over here. They took that.
Oh.
Yep.
Ooh,
And as I
alright.
said, over here there was just kind of a makeshift bedding area. This is a desk. And over here there's pretty much nothing, just, a continuation of the armory.
The desk isn't still on fire, is it?
It is not.
I would like to gently search the desk.
Okay. Investigation.
All right. I imagine Jethro and
Jethro
you
is
guys-
probably focused on the office supplies right now, over in the corner. Because I was
Okay.
gonna say something, but
How-
you're doing that.
Actually, on first glance here, can I do a perception check to just see how badly damaged this desk is? Like, determine like if I touch this, is it gonna like start collapsing in on itself or sort of fuck
Sure.
up?
Make an architectural engineering check for me.
Yo, that's my favorite
16.
kind of check.
16. It doesn't look like it's gonna fall apart, but it does look like it was completely fucking burnt up. You know,
Okay.
it's like burning a tree. It's still probably gonna be standing there, but if you like fucking punch it, it's gonna collapse.
I see. Well, out of fear of there being possibly something important, the king's gonna kind of wait for further assistance.
Okay. What is the Rockman doing?
This is a door. I'm
That is the
assuming?
door.
Is it charred to hell?
Yeah, it is charred.
All right. I'm going to try and just kick it open.
All right, make a strength check with advantage because this door is burnt to shit.
Alrighty. Strength. Strength or athletics?
Athletics.
22.
Yo.
22. You kick it open and kind of hilariously, like your leg kind of goes through it, but the door also comes off its hinges. You like shake the door off your leg.
Yeah, I'll just like push it off. Oh, shit.
Yep, and let me reveal that area. This is the funny zone.
All right. Yo,
When
real quick.
oh yeah.
Sorry. I was gonna say, looking over the office supplies, like, is there any sign of any kind of sigil, signet, anything to identify who this might belong to? A symbol that they might have left, or something for, wax? You know what I'm saying?
Roll a D100 for pure luck to see if anything didn't get charred.
Got it. 53.
53. I will say you find a currently warped symbol that you can make a religion check on. To see,
All right.
yeah, to see if, it's going to be harder because it's warped. You got
Yeah.
like entirely average.
Natural 20,
Holy
20.
shit. Okay, give me a
Jethro
second.
knows his religion.
Jethro
Hell
knows
yeah.
his fucking
A man of
religion.
God.
Yeah, man of God.
Alright, give me a second. I need to go into reference.
That's the second one. I'm sucking up all your luck this time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got the Good Friday rules.
Hell yeah. Good
Right.
Friday for Zach.
It is.
You see currently, and like you saw this like little bit of twisted metal. As you look at it, you realize it's not quite a holy symbol. It is the holy symbol of natural forces, Whiskrall, in a little cage.
Okay, so it's more of a is a
Insult.
religious being that has been turned into a symbol for something.
This is a religious symbol that is being insulted, is what it is.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I know who could possibly who this belongs to, Not like as a person, but what symbol this organization represents.
I'll let that nat 20 religion carry. You've had your fair deal with Atonus. And you know that despite worshipping natural forces and, all basically the way this world works, they really, really don't like Whiskrall.
Wait, with who? What was the...
Atonus. This is
Atonus.
something that Atonus does.
Oh, boy. Oh.
They, as a country and a culture, they do not like Whiskrall, despite
Ooh.
worshipping his domain.
I see. All right. So I will just put possibly terrorist symbol.
Possibly
Possible
terrorist
terrorism.
symbol. All right. Yeah. And
that would be Jethro's first guess.
Yep. And Hannah, as you kick open that door and you look into this room, you see a lot of cages. You see blood on the ground in front of them. You see various bits of hair and even a few teeth. This is not a well-kept room. This looks like a place where they kept people they didn't like. You even probably, see a fucking bucket of shit just kind of in the corner that didn't burn.
Gentlemen, I think I have found something.
Real quickly, King's gonna, I guess, depending on if Jethro or not comes over, either way, King's gonna investigate this desk.
Jethro comes over immediately after getting the sigil, yeah. But
Will this be investigation with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, or should I roll a D100 to see if I actually find anything?
Maybe investigation check first.
15.
15?
Nice.
All right, and a D100 now. Because with
Hell
15,
yeah.
you would probably get something.
I think this one's D100. 38.
38? You're not going to find anything great. Like, as you open up the drawers in this desk, and you kind of have to yank them, they fall apart as you do. And you see, things that were at one point important. You see, papers with, you can see a couple of letters on them. You see an entirely warped sigil. The wax. What is it called? Ring of pedigree. I think it's called.
Signet.
Signet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see an entirely warped and fucked over signet ring. Is even if it had a symbol at one point, doesn't now. But you do get kind of the information that this is someone who is important, and with all of the shit that's burned in this, they were making a lot of business or connections or something. Someone who's doing in an entirely illegal underground ring like this doesn't have that much paperwork. Seems they were probably doing something above board as well.
I forget, is a signet ring, did you say?
Yeah,
Or
signet
just a
ring.
signet?
Entirely warped signet ring.
Is it made out of any particular metal, can I tell?
I believe signet rings are
Usually they are.
made out of iron, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure it wasn't any special kind of metal. The guy decided to get fancy with it.
Nope, just simple iron.
Alright, anything else in there?
No. Just the information that there's a surprising amount of stuff for apparently criminals.
Yeah. So either well organized or have some kind of larger stake than just common kidnappers or other criminals.
Yep.
I think I'll pocket some of this. Well, actually, is any of it even remotely usable, or is it just
no.
that's more evident?
It's just the
Okay.
fact that you know that there was a lot of shit here.
I see. Okay. I'll head over and inform Jethro of this.
Ooh.
Do I want to do it in character, or do we just want to?
That's
Well,
what I do.
I
yeah,
think
that-
Jethro's more focused on what's going on with the case.
Yeah,
I guess
you
We
walk
can
over
share
and,
notes after.
Yeah, you walk
Passively,
over
I-
and
start
to talk, and then you see them looking at all these cases. They're like, "Ooh, that's gonna wait."
Oh, okay.
Inside we go.
This is. They were quite comfortable making others uncomfortable here.
Yes, it is a problem we tend to have around this side of the country. People go missing. This is where they end up. One of many places. Immediately, any of the cages have any leftovers, anything, to signify who could have been in here or could help track people down. Hair, you know what I mean?
Investigation
Hair,
or
all that.
investigation or perception.
All right.
I'll assist.
Yo, perception at advantage. Oh my
Oh my
lord!
criminy Christmas.
Oh
He is
boy.
blessed with
This is
Yeah.
Jethro's
Zach-
element.
Yeah.
Zach the blessed one this week.
Truly.
You start looking around. As you're looking around, you like the first thing you realize is there was nothing to burn here. So this room wasn't burnt at all. This is pretty much untouched. You're looking around. You see, it's like this entire row of cages from like here to here would be gone. Because I made this map before Scytheless did their thing.
Went bye-bye.
Yeah. So like you're looking, you see there are parts of the floor that are incredibly clean, which is surprising for how much grime and filth is around these, and the fact that they definitely didn't care about their prisoners. And you do actually find like a couple little leaves scattered about the ground.
Oh,
Small leaves.
pick it up. Yeah, I've probably got piece of paper or parchment, like wrap it in that, like with the rest of wherever I'm keeping the scales to keep it safe, so it doesn't,
Yep.
Right. Well, we've got a confirmation one of the leads. We're in the right place. Now it's just about figuring out where they took everyone.
It's this over here, by the way.
Ever.
That is not open.
Oh, is that a door?
Yeah, it's a door.
Okay.
Alright. Let me go up to the. I'm gonna go up try this door. As I'm like heading over to this door, just like passively mention to these two, just like I check the desk. Whoever is in here is organized. They aren't common
Yes.
criminals.
I'm starting to believe they aren't your standard run of criminals either. I had more of a hunch than anything, but they seem to be a bit more focused.
Yes. Possible signet ring was in that desk too. So they've
I
had a
imagine it's
stake
not
here.
fared well with the state of that desk.
Could barely tell it was a signet ring.
Regardless,
Or
we should hold on.
guess, really.
I might be able to get a few individuals who could find use in that.
Well, it's back over there in the rubble if you need it.
Yeah, the Jethro goes and grabs it.
Yeah, you can just go and take it.
Coming up to this door, is it locked?
Hold on. So I realized I still have the fucking bot on, so I'm just gonna turn that volume down. Because there's definitely not a crowd of people here. You try the handle. It is locked.
Okay.
Though
I'm gonna.
the mechanism for locking is on this side.
Oh. Huh.
Well, what are you waiting for? Let's go in.
I'm gonna check the door real quick for any kind of traps, like if we open it.
Okay.
Investigation. 17.
Door does not appear to be trapped.
Okay. And it is locked, you said, so I guess I'll lockpick it.
Well, the unlocking
Well,
mechanism
it's
is on the
locked
side.
from this side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
I
just
thought you
turn
meant like
the
it
lock.
was like a. I thought it was like a padlock or something, like they locked this up and then left.
No, a turning lock. Something you would insert
Okay,
a key
then
to.
Oh, then yeah, I'll just turn it off and
Yep.
I guess just open it up.
You just unlock the door and open it up. And give me a second.
Oh God.
Real.
Yeah, if
Real
you
areas.
need some ambience for the area. Oh, look, there it is.
I don't have sewer ambience, I don't think. I can check.
Oh,
Yeah, here I should probably actually fill this in with liquid stuff. You see a sewer in front of you.
Oh, splendid water.
Hmm.
That is a unique smell.
yes. Not the first time I've had to follow something down here.
King, make a
Never gets
dexterity saving
better.
throw.
Oh, okay.
Ah, shit.
So dexterity. Starship blows. 21.
You walk forward and you feel your foot touch something that isn't exactly at ground level, and you look down, you see a bear trap.
Oh. Let's say, let's see here. I just like, actually, let me see here. What do I
You
have
you
on me?
you succeeded the saving throw, so it doesn't go off.
But no, I'm trying to see if I have anything that I could just set it off with. I know, just like keeping it like still the bag closed. I drop a bag of ball bearings onto the actual mechanism.
Okay, yeah. You drop a bag of ball bearing and it goes off harmlessly.
Just reach down, take my bag back.
All right. You see the bear trap itself is actually like hammered into the wall with like a chain connected to it.
Good eye.
Yes. This- Uh, let's turn back to Jethro. Will this be useful at all, or just
Unless you
leave
can
it?
devise a use for it, I don't believe so.
I'm gonna attempt to break the chain with like my pommel, or see if I can just get it off the wall somehow.
All right. If you want to pull it off the wall, athletics check, and if you want to break it, attack.
Okay, I'm gonna try athletics first. Ooh, -1.
Oh no.
Into the water.
Yeah, you start pull. Okay, here, let me actually roll severity.
Uh-oh. Woo!
Also, did you attune to that cloak of yours? I don't think.
Not
you had
yet. I
time.
haven't had the chance to.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's low severity. Yeah, you or it's medium to low severity, but you start pulling on this and then your grip slips from it and you just fall into the water. Thankfully, the sewer water isn't that dirty cuz it's constantly raining, so the water's constantly moving.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's,
Jethro assists you back out.
Yeah,
Like-
roll for getting back up with advantage.
what's that? Athletics?
No, I'm making a joke. You don't actually have to roll to get back up.
I might have. It's slippery.
I will
So I
cast
guess-
light on my shield.
All
I
right.
guess I'm gonna attempt to break the chain now.
Okay.
I want this
I will
bear
assist
trap.
with that with my mace.
It's an attack roll.
Attack roll with I say both of you attack if you're assisting him with your mace.
Sorry,
Sure.
I forgot I gotta switch off my crossbow. Use my daggers now.
I hit him in the face by accident.
Yeah. Both of
13.
you hit. It's a stationary metal object. Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right.
With all that
Okay.
combined, yeah, you fucking each break one link off the chain, cling, cling, and it comes loose.
How big is this bear trap?
Uh,
Large, medium?
it's just enough to clamp onto a person's leg.
I just pick it up, just like kind of like look it over, see if there's like any, see like what condition it's in.
Yeah, it's in pretty good condition. You do see a little bit of blood on it.
Or let's see here. Do I have to do any kind of check to see if I remember Jethro picking up like the scales or any other like kind of biological
No,
material?
I'm sure you saw him do that. You were all in the
I
same.
wasn't trying to be discreet about it.
Which way is the water flowing?
The water is currently flowing to the left this way.
Okay.
I guess technically to your
Well,
guys' right.
Let's say Kane just turns to Jethro. Can you make any use of this blood? So I picking up the other random crap on the floor.
If you've got anywhere to put it, that would be great.
Let me see if I actually do.
Backpack.
I'll trudge through the water around them and then go back up here.
Alright.
If there were any, unless they were really strong. Well, actually,
Is it
Jethro, do you think they would go up or downstream?
downstream would be the easiest if they were using the stream. It's an interesting form of smuggling down here. It hasn't been unheard of. They get rope mechanisms to drag boats up the rapids of these sewers, hoping that would throw off patrols. But if they were getting out in a hurry, I'd imagine as fast as possible, if they were using a boat, not just walking. on the thin passageways we stand on now, it would be downstream. If
Understood.
it would be the most likely route they would take, and probably follow it until they got to a point where it either balanced out or a set meeting point.
All right.
For, we'll say, just so we have all our bases covered, when I'm able to, I'll ensure that other guards check the other direction. But
Of
for now,
course.
we should follow the most likely route.
Well,
Are there any signs of which way they could have gone? Like, is there an obvious hitch for a boat?
I
Is
was about to
there
say, everyone make a
tracks?
perception check.
Yeah.
I'll do that, and then I gotta piss.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be
Do it
back.
right now.
Peeing.
Pee yourself.
Ooh, real.
13.
Okay.
Yo.
We'll wait for Jamie to go bathroom
Alright.
before reading off results.
That is fair.
And the results are in.
No, they aren't.
You're gay.
Oh no! I knew it, but oh no!
I've got a peer-reviewed study
believe it.
here.
Says you're gay.
Says you're a pussy.
Yo. I love man.
Dude, that is the best fucking thing to say with a vicious mockery.
Yes.
Pulling out a piece of paper. I've got a peer-reviewed study right here. It says you're a pussy.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see if right, Pin is in here for this family stuff.
Oh yeah. I hope this isn't boring for you guys.
I'm back.
No,
It's good.
Okay.
not in the slightest. Welcome back, Holly.
Welcome back. Okay. So, as you were kind of like trudging along, Hannah, and like you were climbing back on top, you did notice a bit of wood with like a little bit of rope wrapped around it in the water.
I will swiftly grab that.
Okay. You grab it and
Jeez.
you kind of look at it, and then you look at the side passage here, and you realize that there's a hole in the ground, and you realize this is a hitch for a boat.
Wow. Okay, well, they definitely used a boat, which means they're definitely downstream.
Good. That clears that up. Possibility has become a certainty, at least for now.
Excellent. Are you coming with us? I'll turn back to Aladdin.
Oh yeah.
I
Actually,
hope
move
we
my
would. Despite this, we'll say, transition from the original quarry we're looking for, this individual is quite needed for its continued search. With a kind of like look back towards, King.
I decided to move my character up. He would have been following along.
Yeah.
How deep is the water?
The water is kind of surprisingly. We're actually it would be very shallow now because it hasn't been raining. But like
Okay.
as you're looking down, you do see kind of how high or how deep this channel has been built, and it's been built deep. Place that's constantly raining needs very good water drainage. So you see that like high tide probably could be a good like 10 feet deep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Currently it's
but
what
currently
like
it's
4 feet.
4 feet. Wait, like 4 feet full?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The water's 4 feet high.
I see. I was gonna say, like, if it was if it was as shallow as I pictured in my head, I would just be like walking in the water, but I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
I will
We go.
carry this perception check as well for another thing. As you're kind of walking along, you're like investigating the side. You do notice the occasional scrape mark along the side of the passageway you're walking on.
Right. Can I do like an insight to see what sort of
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll allow
Scrape.
insight for that.
wisdom?
I'll
Alright.
assist. I was about to ask. Does it look like the boat was running along the side of the,
17.
17. With the kind of rate of which it's going and the general shape and the fact that it's mostly like kind of flat cuts in the thin veneer of slime, it looks like it was an oar. that they're just kind of like
Right.
pushing along with or sometimes scraping the walls.
All right. Or boat. Okay. So they had oars. They were going with the stream. Seem like. Can I tell maybe how many oars were used? If there's one on both sides or 2 people rowing?
Perception or insight. I allow either. Trying to figure that
Alrighty,
out.
I'll be a neat side. Oh, an okay roll.
Insight. Yeah, that's very good. Holy shit. You're looking at the rate of this, and you kind of think about how people normally row, and like how fast they do it, and you kind of think like, this is a little bit too fast, and sometimes like it looks like it might be overlapping. Looks like
Okay.
it was 2 or more.
Right, multiple people rowing. Probably quite a long boat. Especially if they had cargo, if they were transporting these cages. Let's continue. I don't think we should waste any more time.
I'll be right
I
back.
agree with that. Yeah, following along.
Let's
Jethro
go to the
limps
bathroom.
behind.
You guys start following along the trail. As you guys head along this trail, you kind of follow this scrape mark, and once you kind of get used to how often this is, you really pick out the signs. Kind of a hard thing to notice in the first place, but once you do, it's like, oh, that's it.
I'll be right back real quick. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Everybody's going to the bathroom. Zach, do you need to pee?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, you and I are the only non-bitch. Wait, no, you went to let your dog to pee. I'm the only non-bitch here.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Says the one that doesn't drink water.
exactly.
Water bottle.
Spoken by a true dry person.
I have a water bottle right
Look at him.
here.
He's dry.
Here,
Look,
you
he's
want
dry on
you
the
want me to
inside.
talk about my fucking how often I pee? You want to talk about the pee color?
No, we do not
Yeah.
want. No. we
I'll
don't
do it
want
right here in recording. I'll let God witness me.
I do not want to hear about your kidney stones. Thank you very much.
What about your bladder stone?
Shoot out like boba seeds.
Making tapioca over here.
Dude, can you imagine going to the bathroom? It's just like a boba seed through straw sound. Oh God.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how boba tea is made.
That mental gen.
Mendelgen.
Mental gen.
Metal Gen.
Mental gen. Also, I do
Mentally.
want to just say, congratulations on actually spotting that. That had a DC of 21.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you rolled 2 above the necessary roll.
It's about time I fucking roll anything good.
Yeah, honestly, with how good you're rolling, you might not want to go back to Scytheless.
No!
Yep, Scytheless is I'm making it for your own good. Scytheless is now dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, deleted by the gods.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to bomb Ohio.
Fuck, yes, finally.
Doxed.
Docs.
You docs.
I don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
you are
Dude,
Ohio.
I-
Is it
Literally,
Ohio?
it has where I live on my fucking backstage account.
Imagine.
Like,
There.
my information is readily available. Someone wants to fucking bomb
You,
threat me?
you should
Sure.
just say this on the open web.
I don't give
You
a
should-
fuck. On the open
Tell us your
web,
address.
it has that I'm a voice actor and that I'm on backstage.
You're a voice
You
actor?
can find that on YouTube.
can't
It's right
believe
there
that.
in description.
I don't.
think
believe
you're a
that.
voice actor.
Yeah.
I think you're just
You know
making
what?
that up.
You know what?
You're actually homeless.
Yeah, I am. That's why I have a laptop next to me and a full computer
laptop
right
next to you?
here and an entire apartment to myself. Fuck
You live
yeah.
by yourself?
Yeah, man.
You have an apartment?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like you think I'm afraid of this, huh?
You're
I-
afraid?
I wish I woulda coulda someone tries to come in here uninvited.
Throw a pipe bomb in your window.
Hell yeah. Oh, that's a really far way up. Also, I'm a slight bit annoyed.
Why?
You know that fucking Microsoft Family thing
Yeah.
kept popping up? I just had to put in my computer pin.
That's awesome.
Ah, I see. All right.
Pin.
God damn it.
talk.
So, you guys start traveling down the the old smelly streets, following the trail, these little scrape marks along the sides of the sewers. You know, you start traveling. There's a left. You know, travel along that for a couple of minutes, a straight line, and there's a right, all following downstream. And then the trail just kind of stops after about, what, 15, 20 minutes of walking. Trail just
Okay.
vanishes.
The trail of like ore marks.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna
It
look for another one of them.
stops in a complete straightaway.
Hmm. Interesting. I'm gonna look for another one of those funny python things with the
Posts?
ropes.
Okay,
I type
yeah,
up.
make a perception or investigation. Your choice.
I will assist.
Wow.
Damn, you
I'll
helping each
assist
other?
you.
That
I'm
doesn't
gonna,
do anything.
I'm gonna guide myself.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna like reach my
Oh,
hand.
so you
touch
do
my
have
hand.
Jack
guidance.
goes help and look around for like if the boat stopped here and then they just got off and let it go, you know, kind of thing. Or...
Yeah. Make a perception check. And Ben,
guidance.
if you want, you can make a perception check of your own. You can only have one
Okay.
assist as like it.
19.
19. You look around. You don't see any posts anywhere.
No posts.
Also 19. Yeah, you don't see any posts around here.
I see.
Though you
Perception
do
check, then.
see.
Does it continue?
You do see kind of on the left wall. The current seems to be acting a bit strangely.
Going towards the wall, kind of like it's.
Yeah, kinda.
Is there a stone or rock nearby?
In the sewers here? No.
Yeah, like a piece of rubble that fell off or moo, you know.
You
No,
can pick up a turd.
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, we
I
mean
have
the
a ball
currents.
bearing.
So what'd you say, Keegan? The current's
current's
acting weird?
acting a bit weird.
Like, what's it doing?
Like, kind of going in circles like there's another current, and kind of like veering off to the left.
I'm going to hop this gap.
'Kay.
Towards that.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
God damn it. Real?
I was gonna ask for a ball bearing and toss it in there to see if anything would happen.
Dexterity. You jump forward and you're like, all right, I'm gonna jump on the other side of this walkway, and it's gonna be, and then you just phase through the walkway fully into the water and like
Holy fuck.
really
Oh, shit.
fucking jar your leg. Just take like one
Fucking
point
nuts.
of damage from the strain of like, you know,
Shit.
thinking that there's a stair below you, but there actually isn't.
I was gonna say,
Am I completely inside the illusion now, or?
Yeah, you're completely inside the illusion.
Alright, I'll wave my hand out to just beckon through.
King
That's
like
where it follows.
King like looks up, or like having just like looked out the water, like looks up, sees him do this. It was just like, well, I was about to say look out for illusions, but never mind.
I was going to throw something at it to see if there was something invisible there. Maybe that works too, I guess.
All right.
Alright.
You
What do I see?
walk through the illusory wall, and you see an endless expanse of a one-way tunnel. And it is not perfectly carved and stone-worked like the rest of the sewers. This is very obviously like someone made it just without worrying about structural integrity. Like there's no worked stone roof. And you can kind of see like light occasionally peering through little holes in the ceiling for ventilation. It is just one way of pure rock. And there's a...
How deep is the water?
The water is also just still about 4 feet.
Okay.
And you see kind of on only the right side, there is a thinner walkway.
I see.
Yeah, you're walking on like 2.5 feet.
Alright, I'll just kind of like turn sideways and try and like shimmy across as I go.
It is agonizing, and as you look down the probably a few miles expanse that you have to walk through, yeah, you are not looking forward to this.
How
And
fast
so-
is the water flowing here?
Not very fast. It's mostly at a standstill, actually.
I'm gonna get
Jethro's walking on the top area. Jethro
Yeah.
is small compared to everyone
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, he doesn't have to turn around.
Yeah. And King, if you want to walk on the walkway, you have to like actually kind of bend over because this is like a domed ceiling. So it's like you're kind of craning over at a very awkward angle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd probably do that as well.
King just kind of like crouch shimmies
Yeah.
along.
Dude, fucking Hannah, you're having to actually like grab the ceiling in order to not fall over. Cause like
Yeah.
you're fucking massive and extremely top heavy.
King,
You hear
King
like the
does this
stone grinding against the wall.
Yeah.
King does this shit a lot. He's basically like half crawling on the wall like a spider.
Yeah, fucking Jethro's like in the middle, Hannah's in front. Jethro's like, all right, time to move. Looks back and sees fucking King like face to face upside down on the wall.
She's sneaky person shit, not his purview.
Looks backward.
Just like looks back, like King's just like, hello, eyes just turned red. He's just like, well, I had that along the other nightmares. Looks back.
Not my problem. You do that kind of stuff. This is not my problem.
So, as you guys walk forwards, what would you like to do for the 8 hours you're walking?
I'm gonna keep a steady eye on the water.
Okay.
And look for any kind of like. Actually, I'm just gonna keep a steady eye on the water, and I'm gonna say, try to. Whoever is good at Aladdin, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the walls, see if there are anything poking out or trying to stab us or any arcane illusions that you may have spotted.
Sure. So we also don't come across any boats, do we?
Nope.
Alright.
That would be too convenient.
Yeah.
So we go back and use the burned door as a boat. One that has a hole in it.
If only.
None of those would have floated. I thought about it for a minute. We were like, but no, nothing in there would float.
I mean, honestly, you could go and buy a canoe.
That is time.
That is
Yep.
time. Yeah.
All right, I'll make that perception check.
Yeah.
Oh yes, please.
Holy shit. You don't see
I didn't
shit.
say I was
fuck
guided,
you.
but could we assume that I was?
Yeah, sure. I'll be nice.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, you wouldn't be able to get guided because this is 8 hours.
Yeah, true. Okay, so it's
Yeah,
just 21.
It's
Oh,
just 21. Yeah, as you're walking along, I wonder why you specifically said this. Yeah, I see you, Jamie. I see what you're fucking doing. As you're walking along, about an hour in to your walk, and it's just been fucking boring. It's been the same thing of just fucking
My eyes are glazing over.
yeah, like chipped out stone ceiling, non-stoneworked walkway that you occasionally like actually fucking like trip and fall into the water, like
God,
it, the same fucking things, the same dark, the same musty, smelly air, and then you do actually see kind of like a bush just floating in the water.
Oh, what is this? I'm going to, if I have to, I'll hop in the water to scoop it up.
No, you don't have to. It's kind of like kind of not clinging, but like, you know, the friction has kind of glued it to the side.
I'll pick that up. Does this mean anything to you?
Well, considering there were leaves left in the prisoners, we'll say, Corden, yes, I would guess it does.
Yeah, we could put this with our evidence.
I think the ones I have is good enough. This is probably more of a breadcrumb that we know we are following now.
Yeah.
Okay, very
Jethro, this is very familiar. This is
Yeah.
Scytheless's
I
hair.
could. I think it was easy enough. They were carried in there. There were leaves, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
anybody can make that distinction.
yeah.
Also, actually, this would probably be, this would be quite similar to the one given to Kingslayer.
which may or may not be still in your pocket.
No, you gave
What
a
now?
flower to Kingslayer. You grew your
Yeah.
hair out, which is like a bush, isn't it?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I thought it was flowers, but whatever. It doesn't matter. It
Wait.
can be anything.
Hold on. Wait, no. Huh? I'm going to player reference right now. Yeah, your fucking hair's leaves.
Yeah, my hair is leaves, but the stuff that I normally grow out is the flowers, and then I can.
Ah, I thought you said
Have
it was
those, like, wither away.
leaves. Either way, yeah, this is
Either
very
way.
familiar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's good. I mean, whoever this woman was clearly was very smart.
Jerk yourself
Hang
off
on,
harder, I don't say. God damn.
King having met Scytheless only once, like Jethro may not turn back to see if a king kind of like leans like over just a tiny bit just to peer over, like just giving a very confused like. Yeah.
I would say that while they do have an amazing wealth of experience and knowledge, not the kind I believe you're referencing.
Perhaps.
King kind of just does
I-
like the. King does like the gesture where it's like you have your hand flat and tilt it back and forth. And just kind of like does that a little bit at Jethro. Like, well,
Well.
You cannot say that their survival acumen is lacking.
I see. Well, hopefully we meet them alive.
I'd imagine someone of their rarity would provide that, we'll say, safety net. I doubt they would kill someone like that,
See.
even if I don't fully know their motives yet.
Are they quite rare? Like, I'm not sure.
Up
As-
to this
this is
moment,
probably
I've
as
never
we know.
heard of them.
Oh, really?
Really?
Did
Plant
they
people.
Plant people?
Plant people.
Have I heard of plant people?
Make a history or arcana check. This is gonna be a very fucking high DC.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta fucking get
That's
rid of that guy.
really, you've heard rumors of them, but it's always been kind of like, ah, no, that's bullshit. Like, yeah.
Okay. Maybe not like the specific race, but maybe just like
Yeah,
the idea
definitely.
of plant people.
It's the idea of plant people, like, oh yeah, there's these like plant people that are like walk around and like just ask people shit, and it's like, nah, you're bullshitting me.
Yeah, shit like
You're lying.
mythology, like oh dryads.
Yeah,
Spirits
exactly.
of the woods.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Oh man.
Wow. Continue on.
Right.
Indeed. That entire time that this is going on, Jethro is doing his best on the move to bandage himself where possible and all that.
Oh yeah, no, it's always good to bandage yourself in a sewer.
Yeah.
Yep.
When-
Jethro is immune to poison and disease.
Holy
Awesome.
shit, you're right. He's not immune to viruses though.
Yeah, disease.
A virus is not a disease by definition.
Fuck you. Yeah, I'm by D&D terms, it is considered a disease. Fuck you.
But I don't give a shit by science. It's not. Anyways,
Tell
yeah.
you, I'm
You-
joking.
You
Science doesn't
bandage
exist.
yourself up.
'Cause I'm at a third of my health.
Yeah, you bandage yourself up. You're not gonna get a long, or you're not gonna get a short rest from this.
Not expecting anything from
yeah.
it. It's flavor.
You can bandage yourself up. You know, make sure to staunch all the bleeding. Make sure that the wounds don't open again. All
Yeah.
that sort of thing. And eventually, after roughly 8 hours,
8 hours?
8 hours, yeah.
Dude, we make constitution checks.
Is that a thing we should have to do? Like,
It was about like 8 or 9 in the morning when you guys started all of this shit. So no,
All right.
yeah, you guys are
We're
good.
nearing it though, I think.
Yeah, like it's
2 more hours, I'd say.
it's a couple more hours, and then it'd be like time
Yeah.
for you guys to fucking go to bed.
Yeah.
But yeah, at about the 8th hour, you guys see just a very faint shimmer of light ahead. And as you get closer and closer, you realize it is a tunnel to the top left, like to the left of where you guys are, and leading out. And the sewer does continue, and you see far off, like real far off, but it's a straight tunnel, so there's not really anything else. You see the slight brown of a boat off in the distance.
I'm gonna drop light, and I'm gonna cast it on my glove again, and then hold it behind my shield, so it kind of just lights the immediate area where we are, but doesn't like project forward.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
We got things up ahead.
See that? I would imagine we weren't being particularly quiet through here. They've already seen us, if so, if anyone is here, but just because they know our presence doesn't mean we can't get a little peek on what they're doing. They haven't acted yet. If we want to stay here, make it look like we're just stupid and investigating from a distance.
I say, how deep is the water here?
Make a perception or investigation for that.
All right. 21.
It's actually a little bit higher than it was before. Like, you're looking at the water, you're realizing there's a bit of a backflow.
Okay.
This would be more for caution's sake, because we are quite beaten and battered, but Aladdin, you could, if you wish, take a bit of a step in front of us, see if there's anything over there before maybe waiting. Or we
Alright.
can just walk up and hope that our brash personality will catch them off guard if there is anything up there.
I'll try to scout ahead.
I myself am quite exhausted from such a long journey. I think it could benefit us to take a small break here before we try to go in and do anything else.
Not till we get the semblance of a lead to work off of.
Of
If
course.
we give them enough time to move forward, then we'll never catch on.
Yes. Well, Aladdin, do your thing, I suppose.
Alright. Let's kind of squeeze ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
Slink around.
Yep.
Alright, stealth up to that fucking tunnel, I guess.
Yep, make your stealth check.
19.
19. Feel definitely very stealthy, especially with the
In the meantime, I'm gonna
slightly
drop
flowing
light
water
entirely.
noises. All right, yeah, you drop light as well. Ow, fuck. Just lean back on.
Jethro
Ow.
is. Whoop.
Sorry, go on.
I'm just. Jethro's just waiting. I'm gonna. Yeah, just waiting.
Okay.
Being
Alright.
ready, preparing.
Yeah,
Same.
Weapons out.
you king head towards the two boats, and you draw closer and closer, and once it's like within actual eyesight, you very quickly realize there is no one in it, and one of the canoes is currently like diagonal across the water. Looks like they probably got off and just let the boats go.
Mm-mm.
And you see the water is rising. That blockage is probably what the backflow is from.
I see. Is there any kind of like corner up ahead leading out?
No. There was a corner back before, a tunnel that leads out. That you saw slight bits of light from.
Okay. I'm gonna stealth back towards that and take a peek through there.
Okay. You stealth back to the group and take a peek out of the hole that's just, again, not really cobbled. Like, there's some basic staircases, and you peek out, make a perception check.
6.
6.
Woo, Friday.
You don't see anything.
Mm-mm. Can I hear anyone?
That's what the perception check was for, and no.
Okay. Mm. Is this tunnel like, what is it like?
Okay, so imagine sewer tunnel, right? Someone literally just went to one side of the sewer and dug diagonally up to
Okay.
reach the surface.
I guess I'll inch a little closer, kind of gesturing back, or as before I go in, gesturing towards uh, King and Jethro, like to follow. I also do kind of a gesture towards the boats, like sort of pointing that direction, and then like a sort of slash with my hand of like no.
All right.
What do you think he's gesturing?
Yeah, make an insight check.
What do you think
Oh,
that means?
I was gonna go off my own that there's nothing up there at the boats.
No, I was just saying for Hannah. Something about no, you think, and like maybe follow? Probably.
All right.
Jethro doesn't have any light of zone.
You not have any
But-
torches?
Jethro has a torch. Jethro will light a torch, I guess. Or actually, no. Jethro will look over to Hannah. Right, could you get the light back?
Ah, yes, of course.
Yeah.
And it will cast on my glove once more, so it's just so I can kind of like tilt my shield to like reveal less or more light.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. And I guess off in the distance, how far away is King?
King is right with you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because if you remember, the place where you kind of stopped was it kind of on the crossroads of this tunnel to the left that goes up, and the boat's up ahead.
All right. So, and there's only one. It just continues up. There's no other ways or anything.
The tunnel here just kind of like continues straight. Like after a long while, you see it bends to the right, but
Mhm.
other than that, it's the tunnel to the left.
Yeah, that goes up and out. Yeah.
Up, just straight into the forest.
If I had to guess, unless they are particularly, we'll say, good at corralling those with them, they probably would have gotten off and exited to the forest here and not continued down that horrendous path.
Hmm.
Still
Yeah.
not entirely sure what's ahead. I don't hear anyone, but keep your guard up.
Is there any sign on the path that leads up and out of people moving through there, footsteps on the slime or disturbances kind of thing, you know?
Investigation check for that.
I'll guide you for that one.
Investigation, not survival to see tracks.
Oh, you know what? That's fair. I'll allow you to do survival.
All right.
You caught me in my vicious lies.
And then I will
Hi.
add a d4 for guidance.
Ooh,
18.
18.
nice.
Yeah, you do see like footsteps in there. Like as you look, you do very quickly realize these are not boot prints. These are footprints, dragonborn
Yeah.
footprints.
I see.
And you also see various like scrapes and things, probably from cages. You assume.
Yep. Well, looks like they decided that this was far enough, and they didn't need to worry about covering up their trail anymore, if at all. Yeah.
Good.
Continue.
Alright. King's gonna still be cautiously approaching out in this area.
Okay.
On
You-
the other side of the cave, like out of the not cave, the exit, up.
Mm.
Are there any sounds of people like lying in wait? Something that
Perception
anything.
check.
Any
Guidance.
guidance. Yo, perception. That
Well,
it had to
Can
happen.
I also,
eventually.
can I
9.
also make a perception?
You I believe already made a perception, didn't you?
I thought I made it more back towards the beginning of the tunnel. I wasn't sure if we could do another one now that I'm
Sure.
closer to the exit.
To see outside the exit, sure. 15.
15.
King, you do not. Jethro and King, you do not see or hear anyone lying in wait. King, you do see 2 oars, just tossed, kind of
Okay.
just
Two
on the
what?
ground.
Oh, oars.
Yeah, oars.
Okay.
Things that you use to row a boat.
No, I thought he said 2 wars. I'm like, wars?
Yeah, 2 entire multinational wars are going on in like a 20-foot clearing.
There's nothing going on up here, just another world war.
It happens.
Back down the tunnel.
Not what we're looking for.
Must have missed it.
Yep, must have missed it. Yeah, well.
Wrong turn.
Yeah. You just see kind of outside, like the mid afternoon or the late afternoon sun, kind of like just a very light or small bit of light peeking through the jungle trees. Leaves surrounding everything. It is basically just looks like someone dug out into the middle of nature. You are in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
All right, well, guess I'll look around for any tracks, see if going anywhere.
Okay. Yeah, survival check.
Coming up though, like I guess going to the exit, we can still see the
Ooh, nat
tracks.
one.
Them like dragging the, through
Oh,
these.
yeah. It is not a hard check to make, but unfortunately King made a natural one. King, like as you're kind of looking, trying to focus in, scan around for any tracks, your eye just kind of, you just like lose vision for a second, completely distracts you from the task at hand.
Yeah. It's kind of like smacks the side of his head a little bit.
What's wrong?
Sewer water in places it shouldn't be.
Something like that. That's strange.
If any
You
of the
guys
rest of you
should
do
want to
the
make a check.
equivalent of a. From my survival check earlier, can I still see the tracks?
Yeah, sure. Easy.
Okay.
I'll let
that's
that care.
All right. Because just following where they drag the cage.
Yeah, sorry. I asked what you were saying because I cut you off.
That's good. Oh man.
All right, let's climb out of here and follow along that.
Yes, indeed. I'd imagine they're not moving that cage with any form of, we'll say, grace and speed. So, standard pace should be able to catch them, and we should be able to rest soon, I'd hope.
Hope.
You,
Hopefully.
You never know with the more colored individuals of the other underground.
Colored. How do you mean colored?
Varied, we'll say, in skill, all that.
Oh, interesting. Okay, never mind.
Experience. Oh, I see what you were meaning with that.
Yes, I
meaning
mean,
colored
there are
as
a
the
number of ways.
experience,
Ah, I see. Holy shit, I'm huge. I'm fucking enormous.
I'm fucking enormous.
All right.
Yeah.
We follow the tracks.
Yeah, follow the
Alright.
tracks.
You begin following the tracks, and very quickly,
Yeah.
very quickly, like you start following the tracks for about 5 feet, and then you notice the tracks of like cages being kind of pivoted, and walking a sofa along because it's too heavy to just pick up. You see that turns into a gentle, crushing slope. It looks just from general like your survival looks like they have probably some sort of sled.
I see.
Yeah.
Of course.
These are
Probably
prepared
something
people.
they left here. Yep.
Yeah.
Probably something they left here in case. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. While we're walking, Jethro is gonna just openly. Let me look at this real quick. Just open question. How much do any of you know about what was it called? Atonus, if anything. Specifically their operations here, if any.
Hold on. Allow me to make a history check.
Should I make a history check too, King?
Yeah.
All of you can do it.
I was gonna say, Jethro will make his own. It might not go well, but we will see. 11.
15.
This is out of his purview. He deals with crime lords, not.
Yeah, though the check was lowered for you, Jethro, because you were kind of right there.
Yeah, I'm guessing the biggest that the connections I get are like occasionally a lower clan of criminals is found with sparse connection and backing to them.
Yeah, I'll say King and Jethro you get about the same, because Jethro has like actual military experience. You guys know that Atonus, as for any particular connections, you're not entirely certain. But Atonus and Selden have been at war for literally nobody can even remember how long.
Yeah.
They particularly dislike the fact that Selden has quote unquote tamed the elements.
Yeah.
And they oftentimes, when dealing with prisoners, don't imprison them. They just exile them, oftentimes to Celadon. Just toss them over the border. So a lot of less savory sort come through major port towns. Having criminal activity and people trying to regain their glory isn't uncommon here. This is something kind of out of the ordinary, though.
Yeah. What is it beyond them to, with these ferries of, essentially exiles, to put in agents or people to cause disruption or anything like that?
Oh yeah, no, they do a lot. That there's a big stigma against dragonborn lizard folk and kobolds here, like
All
just full blown like racism.
Yeah. So an operation like this, although the nature of it is unknown and unlike them,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that they're here and their presence in an operation of this scale and, we'll say, professionalism fits the bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Hannah, you have not had. You've actually had dealings with direct, like, Atonus spies and shit like this.
Okay.
Over in. Shit, I don't have my map up. Fuck, I'm trying to remember the name. Over in Debtland, you actually had to go deal with kind of like a secret enclave of Atonus spies trying their damnedest to disrupt the trade and travel of goods. Basically banditry, but even more underhanded. Something like this does not come as any sort of surprise. Though you haven't heard of them taking slaves like this.
I see. I've dealt with Atonus spies before in Detland, but this seems like, average Atonus activity, except for, sort of slave trade is sort of outside of what I know about them.
Their purview, yes. Are they ones that take hostages?
Oh yeah.
Like from, oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
But of this scale, flat out breach enemy territory, and then
I'll give that, like, all of you probably definitely Kingslayer. Kingslayer is very well aware of this. They do sometimes take slaves, but it's not like slavery. It's more taking important people and selling them back to Celadon. It's ransom. They do that quite often. And King, you're particularly aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, as something as this operation of this scale with unknown reason not going towards Atonus, because this is going in the exact opposite direction. What the fuck?
It fits the bill, but the actions they make don't add up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very odd.
The professionalism in what they've done so far and, well, discreetness and all this is making me think it's another one of their ploys, but their actions taken by those under their purview don't fit with anything they've done before. Spare a few very worrying ideas, but those require confirmation. I did find this, and Jethro will pull out the sigil and, pass around if anyone wants to look it over.
Sure.
Yeah, and it's in a cage, like on the sigil, yeah?
Yep, it is Whiscrawl's religious
Or
symbol.
Whiscrawl, not Etz.
Yeah. Whiscrawl's symbol is kind of like a storm cloud with, like, lightning going down in a cage.
I'll make a funny religion check for that. Because that's the religion, right? It's a religious symbol? Okay.
It is a religious symbol.
Wow! 14.
14? You're not particularly aware of this sort of symbolism, but kind of like Jethro, you do know they don't like, Atonus doesn't like, Whiscrawl. So the cage and everything, it seems almost ironic that they are putting a cage around the god of the elements when often their wars are because Selden
Yeah.
is
Of just
caging the
that.
elements. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite hypocritical of them, I would say. Where did you
Well,
find
if
this
you've
guidance
heard
on that?
anything from their front lines or their, we'll say, referendum, all they are hypocrites.
That is true. This does seem a bit more bold than simple spy work, simple espionage. This is like a this is a full blown business. It seems they're running here.
I
Unless
would
there is something
say
extra going on.
this expands beyond a business. Once I said already, I have worrying ideas, especially with the quarry they seem to have taken, and they would have reason to make certain moves.
I say did anyone say out loud that they normally like caging the elements or whatever? Like, or would King know
Uh,
this?
I mean,
No one said it out loud currently,
Hmm.
but you can like
They don't.
ask, I guess, in some way.
I'd imagine that'd be public knowledge, though, why the tensions are so thick. It's probably used in propaganda.
oh, I mean, that thing, not
Yeah,
particularly,
them
but
disliking caging the elements and all that.
yeah, them disliking the not the irony sense of like the symbolism of the cage around Whiscroll symbol, but definitely they don't like progress. They don't like us harnessing the things that are trying to destroy us. That's definitely big propaganda. Yeah.
Mm. As King just kind of seeing you two just muttering, this yourself storm approaches. What's the significance of that symbol?
Overall, a new lead on an unknown criminal enclave, supported possibly by Atonus, if so, worrying. Um, but overall, don't really know yet.
I meant more to
I,
the direct significance of it.
The symbol is that of
Cage.
Whiscroll, the nature forces, natural forces, I believe.
indeed.
The Atonus is known quite to have quite a hatred for the deity. However, sort of they do tend to hypocritically uh, sort of worship the domain of the deity, which is quite ironic to see a symbol used uh, on. You said this was on the cage.
This was with what remained of, I'll say, their offices.
I see.
Paperwork and paper pushers probably wore that or used it to officiate in some form.
I see.
So the symbol's showing a odd uh, cohesion with their distaste for Whiskerall.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, and I can't think of many other, at least ones as prolific and capable of pulling something like this. I can't think of many other organizations that would have imagery like this.
Is it known to me? Like, I would have to make a religion or history check of if Whiskerall is uh somewhat popular in Celadon, or is it like he's not really a recognized god too much?
I mean, you've lived here your whole life. Elements are a big thing. Selden in general isn't big on religion, considering their neighbor. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd
But
imagine Jethro's
Whiscroll,
a rarity in that sense.
mm-hmm. Whiscroll is one of the more common gods to worship here. That and Ploopty-Whoop for sure. Yeah, the god of the ocean. That and the god of justice, which I can't remember the name of currently.
I do remember
Yeah,
Tetsu.
you fucking worship them.
Yeah, no, I do not. Do
Wait,
you remember
no,
which one I worship?
or was it?
Estouche.
Ah, okay. All right.
I worship Estouche.
As the king kind of like looks at that thing and just thinks for a moment. Yeah, I had a possible theory, but I think it's fallen through.
Well, we're working with many unknowns here. For all we know, more things might come to support yours or whatever Hannah's thinking, or hopefully not mine.
I suppose we'll wait to see what we find before I bring my theory to the room.
Indeed, that's why I'm keeping mine quiet. mull it over, take it as nothing more than a lapse in judgment and a overextension of my military beliefs, and pretend it doesn't exist until we find something to the contrary.
Hmm. Well, we should get back to tracking.
Yes.
We've probably been saying this on the way.
Yeah, I assume. The tracks are pretty clear. They aren't trying to hide it here.
Yeah.
They're
I'm-
either expecting someone to follow them, which I doubt, and leaving it out in the open, or they're quite certain that they would have already lost us.
Yeah.
Or they don't have the time nor mindset to cover their tracks. Hopefully the latter is true.
I'll actually let you make an insight check on this if you want. Kind of possibly gauge the intentions.
Alright. Oh, I will go
Guidance.
ahead and... Yo, guidance! Guidance, yo! Alright. Yeah. 11.
Ooh!
Hard to glean much from tracks.
Yeah.
Just where they're going.
Yep, it would have had to been a high roll, and that was not a high roll.
Yep. Just Jethro's conjecture.
Yep.
Being a commanding officer moment.
I understand that, this is definitely a timed operation, but I do believe, Jethro, judging by your condition and the strained groans you've been making on this quite long trip, I think it would probably be best to take at least some form of rest.
We will. I assure you, once I start to truly feel tired, and if any of you feel it first, then we will. But we cannot give them a single minute or hour. We don't know their pace, and although I guess it's slow, we really, truly don't know.
Absolutely.
Until we get a solid, we'll say, place they're heading, where we can track them off of, we move as quickly as we can, and as dutifully as we can. In cases like this, where individuals go missing, anything short of the quickest response results in nothing.
In that case, shall we quicken our pace?
I'm moving as fast as my broken leg will allow it.
I see. Here. I will funny
I will break it
God, what can I
again.
do? I'm gonna inflict wounds on you. No.
Jethro shrivels up into a raisin.
Aladdin, are you still hurt? Are you still want for health?
I'm rather fine, thank you.
In that case, I will kind of put a hand on my chest and another hand on Jethro's shoulder and speak some funny magic words, magic man, and cast cure wounds on my boy.
Yay.
First level. You get 11 hit points.
Yo, that's double what I currently have. I'm at 22.
All right. Hopefully that is good for your leg. Are you able to run now?
It is no longer broken, just slightly bruised. Thank you.
All right. Anything we can do to quicken our pace, I believe, probably be important.
Truly. I believe our fellow associate here has no qualms with moving a bit faster.
Is that to me?
Yes. Yes,
Oh.
it is.
I do not believe there are any other associates.
I was zoned out for a second. Yes. Continue.
Right.
Have you got lots on your mind, Aladdin?
Hmm?
Have you got lots on your mind then, Aladdin?
Just trying to focus.
Understood. I mean, if you would like, I mean, by all means, you could. You seem like the sneaking and scouting sort. Maybe, I mean, if it's up to you, if you would like to pursue ahead, see if there are any things to encounter. I mean, I trust your ability.
I suppose I shall. I'm gonna go ahead and just like stealth and just more of like adjacently follow the tracks, sort of more in the foliage.
Yeah, stealth it up.
We're probably loud enough that you can keep a general idea as to where we're at.
21.
And with guidance.
Can Can the guidance count? Because
Yeah,
I
you
said
said
it like a second before.
Yeah, you made sure to get that shit in. So guidance.
Guidance. Oh no.
Roll a
with
d4.
guidance. Yeah.
Oh,
1d4.
roll a d4. 3.
All right, 24. You guys are talking to King, and he's like, "Yes, I think I'm going to stealth," and then just like vanishes.
Where the hell did he go?
He does that.
I was watching him keenly. He's like right in front of us, and then blinked. And what?
I only did the thing where it's like I backed up and like a large jungle leaf like flopped down in front of me, and when it flopped back up, I was gone.
Homer
is his
Simpson
purview.
bush, but jungle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, man. But yeah, unless anybody has any, we move until we can't anymore, until we start to feel tired.
Real.
Okay. You guys start taking a good jog. Are you like sprinting, or are you just light jogging?
Sprinting won't get you anywhere. A light jog will get you a distance.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You guys start jogging along, and this trail is easy enough to follow. So even as you're jogging, it's like, all right, the trail going there and there. Like, oh, went over a fucking root and really hit the ground hard. It's going there. After about an hour and a half of this, with all the fighting you've done, with all the traveling you've done hunched over, for you, Jethro, it wasn't that bad. But after everything, you guys are feeling pretty exhausted. If you want to continue further, you're going to have to make constitution checks, or you can take a rest.
It would be a rest now.
Okay.
Fuck.
What? Never run around any kind of larger structures for your training?
During basic. It's been a few years since then.
Places where I trained would have eaten you up and spit you out.
Trust me, that happened a number of times.
That means they're doing their job well.
Yeah, that's how I knew. First of all, that's how I knew I wanted to be a healer rather than a frontliner. But yeah, among other reasons, I'm no longer involved in the military directly.
Will not question why. Speaking of stopping and not being able to walk as well anymore, I imagine our associate following us has none of the sort.
I'll say, do Warforged get exhausted from like that, or
They don't feel tired, but energy reserves can run low. Like, you can actually gain points of exhaustion. It's just, energy's running low, so you're feeling more sluggish. Yeah.
I see.
If I remember, the first point of exhaustion they ignore.
Yeah,
Do they?
I think
I
so.
believe so. Unless they changed it recently. I remember that was, It would list
Well.
there. Let me check.
I think
I remember that being the case for Earl, but Earl was not a Warforged.
Let me see. You. Do. Oh man.
No, it has nothing.
You don't need
about that.
Ooh. Oh. Look.
There's the
I
Sentry's Rest, where you can still be alert while resting, but
Yeah, I got it mixed. Okay.
I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, that'd be fucking
Yo.
crazy.
Yep. I'll be back in a quick second.
Woo!
I was there. Imagine King would be scouting ahead for just like a little bit, but then just something that he's getting tired, probably start making his way back to Jethro and Hana.
You don't see anything along your scouting except for the trail continuing
back.
on.
I'll say, are there any like elevated concealed positions around where they've started to make camp?
Streams.
Yeah,
Alright.
just like finding a good clearing amongst the jungle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say like
Somewhere-
if there's just like a patch of like leaves that I could hide in and use my rest
It's a
up
jungle.
there.
Absolutely, you can.
Okay, like I just thought to make sure I'm not like visible from anywhere else on the ground, really. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
sure.
looking for.
In Hannah,
Alright.
you are very adept at this thing, considering how much travel you do. Like, you know exactly how to just make a clearing yourself. Like, you know, you go around, you just look around, no ants, you start stomping on the plants, make, like, fucking nice bedding. It's like, poison ivy? No. All right.
It's a practice that I'd never like display to anybody unless I was on my own. But what I would normally do on my own is like lay down on the foliage and just roll over and over because I am immensely fucking heavy and made of stone, and that usually does the trick.
Hell yeah.
I thought you were covering yourself in plant matter and just pretending to be a rock.
Honestly, that'd probably work.
Funny. Yeah.
Well, Jethro doesn't have much usable or actually like practice experience. He knows how to. I have proficiency in survival because Jethro is military trained.
Yeah, I was about to say, military would absolutely train you on that.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
You probably don't have much experience in actually doing it.
But I know how to.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Scout.
You dig a little hole for yourself and like put some moss over it, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Keep out the rain.
Because we don't got any tents, nothing. This was a immediate.
Yep. All right. You guys set up a small camp. Do you set up a fire at all?
I probably wouldn't for my sake.
No.
But I'll just like lay out my gear and just take off my armor and just stretch a little bit.
Can I, while I'm in my sentry's rest, Keegan, am I able to attune to that thing, or would I still have to stay awake for another hour?
During a long and short rest, you can tune to items. Also, I would like both Jethro and King to make a perception check.
Of course.
All right. 7.
7.
Yo.
Nice.
13.
13. Here's a question, Jamie. Do you think that would be enough to see the name? 13.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as the armor is taken off and they start stretching, you could just see like a bit of that, like more in bold text than the other sort of bits of text across their arms, and now you can see like just like the kind of lower legs. You see text that would write Hannah Burker on right across the chest of the stone, written in kind of like a Gothic script.
Jethro, make a history check for me. This is
That's
going
what
to
I
be
was about
a
to ask.
very, very low DC for you.
Oh God. 13.
That'll be enough to get you basically everything you need to know.
Oh no.
Here, let me go to the fucking. I need to go up so I can actually read. I need to go to DMs. Where the fuck's the message? Is he here? Yes. Okay. Let me pull up my laptop so I can read. You know about Hannah Burker. You know kind of the legend behind her.
Right.
And you know both of the stories that are told. The common story that most people know, and she is a pretty big propaganda piece, like inspirational.
For who?
Hannah Burker. And
No,
for us.
propaganda piece for who? Okay,
Selden,
there we go.
yeah. For Selden's military. She was a cannon loader of the 27th Cannoneer Division. And you know the story behind her, she was providing close or danger close support to the rest of her allies. And she had 14 other cannoneers all manning, obviously, cannons. They were all killed by an Atonus assassin. She was the only one left. Only armed with no armor and a dagger, she proceeded to beat the shit out of the Atonus assassin, kill him in hand-to-hand unarmed combat, then charged into the front lines in a fit of rage and went on an 8-hour killing spree.
Jesus.
Unarmed, just went murdering. Which allowed for a glorious charge for the fellow soldiers to move in and capture the surrounding area, giving a large advance in land for the military. However, that was proved to be a bit unsuccessful in the long run, as all of that death and the massive amount of blood and bodies and souls that were released created a portal to the abyss.
What?
But it's on Atonus lines, so they mostly go to the other side. But that resulted in a place that nobody ever goes, called the Red Smear, in the no man's land kind of border.
Alright.
Yeah. The story you know, however, the one that was told to you growing up in a paladin school, is much different. It is not a tale of heroism and valor. It is a warning tale of not succumbing to demonic influences and wasted assets. The story about her beating the hell out of an Atonus assassin is true. That whole thing did happen. However, she did not do it alone. She pledged her allegiance to the demon lord of mutation, and that's kind of why she went bonkers. She charged in without telling anyone else about what was going on, murdered a bunch of people for 8 hours, created a portal to the abyss, and then disappeared into it. Gone, without a trace.
Okay.
And there was no glorious charge, nothing. Nobody knew what was going on. All they saw is a mutated monster with tentacles for arms going on a murder spree, and it went, don't want any of that. And it resulted in a complete stalemate and a problem for everyone. Yeah.
Cool. One of those of like, them demons.
Yep.
Them demons.
In fact, the Red Smear is probably a big part of the demons you did see.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yep.
Real quick, is there a way that story could end up in reference? Just for my own notes.
Yeah.
Also, would Jethro have heard of my character?
As I say, he's probably seen you around, but I don't think.
Would he have heard of just colloquially some creature called the Tombstone, or just that title thrown around? Okay. I don't think I introduced my last name, so
You did not.
might not. Well, you can either make that connection or not make that connection. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's up to you.
If the descriptions would have matched that, then it's an easy enough connection to make when you get the specifics like that. However, Jethro wouldn't say anything about that. He'd note it down in his mind, and he's just like, okay. He's not here to rock the boat. But, I need to go walk my dog again.
Ooh, walking
But
the
yeah.
dog.
Jethro just takes that and makes a mental note, like, okay,
Oh, interesting.
interesting, yeah.
Yep.
No, maybe later.
Yeah. You also do definitely realize this is a tombstone.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
made quite up. Just yeah, and generally just realizing that
Oh, on the chest it's an actual tombstone.
it's the engravings of what you could assume is that person's tombstone, just placed just the chunk of it right across their chest.
Or specifically not a tombstone. It's like the stone coffin that people are put into.
Yeah, like the coffin lid, basically.
Yeah.
I see. Ooh. Okay.
And then from that, you could probably contextually figure, oh, the rest of the text on this creature's body is probably also made of various
Obituary.
tombstones and gravestones and
Yeah.
other things.
I mean, fair enough. We could have come to that conclusion on my own, but
Probably, yeah.
And Jethro, you definitely do know how. Basically, everybody knows how. What are they called? I can't remember the name of the race. Genasi. Genasi come to being. They literally start off as a seed, and then consume the things of the element they're made or they are of in order to become a being. So, you know,
I see.
water
They are
genasi consume
grown.
water, earth genasi will just piece together different stones and shit.
Got it. Okay. All right. I see. Imagine growing up in a graveyard.
Real.
Yeah, fucking
mean,
emo.
All right. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. And now we wait. And I have to put down another note of when to cut.
Imagine.
Hell yeah.
OBS, what time are you at? It is 3:05. Okay. Man, we've only been doing this for 3 hours? Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we
My
did
headset's
start late.
yeah, my headset's at like 28%.
I'm
I
gonna
think.
go to the bathroom while Zach's doing dog.
That's a 5%.
Mine's at 23% actually. Dying fast.
Real. Seeing as the DM's not here and Zach's not here, will you be camping in the same area or are you camping in somewhere else?
I'm camping in a tree above you guys,
Okay.
but still with that stealth roll carrying over. Like, you guys don't know that I came back to camp.
Yeah, Hannah probably does not know you were there.
Jethro could, having been around me enough, or at least knowing vaguely of how I operate, could probably surmise that I'm back.
I wonder where that scoundrel is. I wonder if he ran off without us and just abandoned everything. Oh well. Real.
Netflix glitch. It's for SpongeBob SquarePants. It says one season, but then the description's all off. It says he's lost his family and now his last daughter to violent terrorism. He'll stop at nothing for the day of reckoning. It's just like the side image for that Netflix thing. It's just like SpongeBob doing the imagination thing.
Reckoning
great.
Day.
I'm back.
One top comment here. Who lives on a pineapple under the sea with a heart full of vengeance and AR-15s?
God damn, what?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Guns, cob, damn,
It was from
pants.
Netflix. I was reading off to Jamie this Netflix glitch where it glitched out the description. So it's SpongeBob SquarePants, but then the show description is he's lost his family and now his last daughter to violent terrorism. He'll stop at nothing for the day of reckoning.
Bruh. Bruh,
Yeah,
SpongeBob.
got dark.
Yeah, SpongeBob fucking went off. Damn.
Real.
Mm. Hmm. Man, EpiPens are fucking cool.
Yeah. Orange to the eye, blue to the thigh.
That's no. No, that's the
That's how it
opposite.
goes.
No, that's the exact opposite.
Orange to the eye, blue to the cry.
No, no. Yeah, I think you are mistaken, Jamie.
Orange to the guy, blue to the fly.
Jamer, please don't do this.
Orange to the spy, blue to the spy.
Kidding me.
Oh. Also, Keegan, 343 finally dropped the roadmap for Infinite.
Why
and it
would
does
I
have
even
their
care? They're not actually gonna abide by it.
because well, yeah. But hopefully they will, and if they do, Forge and co-op campaign might be coming late August. So that's like 4 months away.
Hmm.
It's something at least.
Yeah. Great.
It's certainly something.
Fuck Halo Infinite.
I hope they can get it worked out.
Yeah.
It's like I've said, it's got fun potential.
Halo Final. Whoa.
12.
Whoa.
So people start criticizing 343 for changing the plans again. It's 343. I have altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
Pray I don't.
Hell yeah.
Real.
How's that real?
Monkeys are real.
It's in fact fake.
No, monkeys are not fake. They're real.
No.
Corey?
What?
Hey.
It's warped to meet you.
Warp.
Fucking love the video of a camera that falls from an airplane and lands in a pig pen. It's like it lands and immediately a pig just kind of like waddles like, hey, what's this?
Mine.
What happened?
What go on?
Pigs are pretty cool. I don't think I'd ever want a pet pig, but they are quite intelligent.
Yeah,
Similar to dogs, I've heard.
when the reason they wallow is 'cause literally they can't sweat, but like other than that, they're actually really fucking clean creatures.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear a cursed Discord interaction?
Yeah.
All Discord interactions are cursed, but yes.
This guy, hey, you guys, I need help. This is my first time putting on a condom. Do I put my balls in as well? Yes. Okay, it hurts. It's normal. Okay, thank you. Anything to not leave any DNA evidence.
What the hell?
Please,
No, he
please
said-
read that again.
The guy asked for help putting on a condom, and he asked if he's supposed to put his balls in too. Person replied with yes. He said, okay, it hurts. And they said it's normal. And he said, okay, thank you. Anything to not leave DNA evidence.
So ominous.
God.
Oh no.
Anything to not leave DNA evidence.
Yep.
Oh, I'm DNAing.
I'm nucleic dexterous.
I'm
Dexterity
dihydrogenized the
nucleic
ninth.
acid. I'm denying my own existence. I'm taking rights away from myself and others like me.
What the fuck? I just saw a video of a cat, like two cats playing, and one cat is like lying on the ground, literally just fucking wiggling violently, and then stands up on both of his fucking legs, all hunched up, and the other cat is just like looks back at
I'm
the
back.
camera, like what the fuck just happened, and then like kind of like sits back afraid.
Real.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
What did I miss?
Wait, is Zach back? Oh, I can't hear him. Weird.
Hell yeah.
Zach is real. Israel?
Zach, are you sure you're here? I can't hear.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
He's
Hello?
here.
Is
Yeah,
I hear
I
you.
can hear.
I hear
I
you.
can hear you, Zach.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
he? Okay.
Zach can hear you.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I can
fucking with
hear
him.
Keegan.
You're small. You're small in the
I
mind.
am small.
No more of those, Keegan. It's a serious business.
This is serious business.
I thought we were supposed to get all our sillies out before we started recording.
We didn't do it. I didn't make the announcement. Sorry.
Well, that's your own fault.
Yeah, it is.
Bad DM. Bad DM.
I'm a fat
That
DM.
damn.
Yeah.
All right. We return back. So, you guys have made camp. You don't have a fire up. You learned that little tidbit about Helma. King didn't, though. King sucks.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys make bed for the night. Is there anything you would like to do before going to bed?
Is this a long rest or a short rest?
It's up to you guys.
I would say long. Short rest isn't gonna. We
Yeah.
need to go to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Short rest
I'll
ain't gonna
say.
get rid of that eggs.
Are any of us keeping any kind of watch, or?
I think
mean-
Hannah will probably take a watch.
Uh.
Hannah doesn't know. No, I don't think either of us know that Aladdin is back.
It's fair.
I thought Jethro may be able to surmise that he's back, but just does not know where he's at.
Jethro would believe that, as stated, you would stay in the general vicinity,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say technically, I'm always taking a watch over them. Do that sentries
nobody
rest
else
before the
knows.
first.
Nobody
Yeah.
knows that.
Oh yeah. They can figure it out. But
All right. Since your friend is not back, I think we should take turns taking watch. I'll probably take the first one.
That sounds fine by me, and I do believe he is back, just somewhere. Would
Somewhere.
be, well, say, a strategic blunder to reveal himself now.
Perhaps. Well, I cannot bank on his guidance, so
Maybe I put too much trust in people.
maybe, perhaps. Who knows? Maybe he's not part of the. He doesn't strike me as someone who's part of the guard. Just a contractor or a mercenary that you've hired.
Gives we'll say, an inside look to the case. Expertise that I otherwise could not find in other places, and a hand and skills I do not have in my usual regiment. Is that a deception check?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Then you're
Well,
telling the
insane.
truth, but trying to leave a lot out.
18.
oh, I just barely
17.
made that.
Ugh. Yeah, Hannah, you're not really reading them.
All right. Well, yeah, it's good. It's always good to have an extra set of skills on the disposal.
Of course, if I had my own way, I'd be working with my own detachments, but they have work of their own, assuredly much more so since today's incident. I only hope that those that are still there are more than a skeleton crew, but they are capable individuals.
Surely. Well, if your friend hasn't buggered off in search of his own goals, hopefully he will be returning to us soon.
I assure you that his goals lie here.
I hope so.
That's also the one thing with King not knowing about Hana or whatever. Like even if he did see the tombstone, or he still I don't think would care. It's
Yeah,
just
no,
like he's just sitting there. He's like, I don't care about this random stone,
tattoo.
random stone persons with us. It's like he's also just focusing on that tuning to that cloak.
Yo, attunement.
Hell yeah. Attunement.
And yeah, we go to sleep, and I guess at disparate points of the night, we're woken up for scattered watches.
Well, if you two want to split the watches between yourself, you're gonna have to fucking take a long rest of 12 hours.
Right.
Because it's
no,
6
it would
hours for a long
be-
rest.
Let me
So,
think.
but
6.
it would double your time because if you're keeping watch,
I'd say we can't. I wouldn't want to travel. It's dusk right now, right? 12
yeah, it's
hours.
dusk, like kind of turn of night.
Okay. What we could do, we'd have 2 separate watches and a 2-hour space where no one is on watch. Would probably be,
Yeah, that's probably
Oh,
fine.
that for 8
During-
hours.
Huh?
Yeah, just have like that 2-hour space like in the middle of the night when really no one's gonna be.
Pitch fucking
out there.
black.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in the middle of a jungle. That would be the safest time to have it. 2 hours where both of us are asleep, and then one of us gets up around that time from whatever means, The person that at that point somebody would have had a long rest, so they wake up. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
watch out the last few bits. Yeah. What
Sure.
do you think,
Sure.
DM?
Sure.
So
Okay.
that would be 10 hours, and we'd be getting up at. This was dusk. We'd be getting up at roughly 6, 7, which would be sunrise, and
All
That
right,
work?
10 hour? Yeah, that'll work. Sure.
All right.
Yo, I will give a perception check for my
Yep.
watch.
So first, if you're doing first watch, then
Oh, I'm not doing first. Hannah.
Okay.
okay. Hannah
Oh
and
yeah,
King
I'll
make
let
perception checks.
I'll let him sleep. All right.
7.
I will guide myself.
Strong
Really
seven.
focused on this cape right now.
Guidance isn't going to do
Okay.
anything. This is
Around
for
the-
a few hours.
Perceivement. Yeah. Well, for the first moment.
Okay, yeah. For the first moment, I'll apply guidance.
Where's my fucking perception? There it is. Boink. 23.
Okay, 23. For the first 6 seconds of your watch, a monkey jumps out and says, "I can't believe you fucking used guidance," and then jumps back into the forest.
I can't believe you fucking did this.
Yeah,
Monkeys can talk.
you watch the forest, keeping a keen eye out, and I need to put the fucking ambience back on because I turned it off because I wanted to listen to you guys. You keep a keen eye, and not really a whole lot happens during your watch. You hear the occasional owl and occasional animalistic snarl of something hunting. Other than that, not much happens.
All right. I'm just going to, after my rest, I'll just sort of lay down, put my ear kind of to the ground, and just sort of nestle it into the earth, and
Yeah.
just sort of hear almost like any kind of like natural vibrations in the ground of creatures crawling, if I can, just sort of extending kind of my consciousness into the earth, just more as a relaxation than perception.
Yeah. Jethro, make a wisdom check to try and wake up.
Yo. Wisdom check or wisdom saving throw?
Oh, could I have said that I also nudge the fellow awake first?
Yeah, if you want to
Well,
nudge him
we-
awake, but
Yeah, I'll just nudge him a little bit.
All right.
Yo, twin. And I'll just.
Yep. No, none of that groggy shit. He's military trained. He
Yep.
gets up.
all right.
Disadvantage perception.
Yep,
'cause it's
because he
pitch
can't
black.
see.
Can I
That
just
do it.
use my hearing and smell it? No
Yeah, I
sight?
was about to say you don't have fucking dark sight, so you literally actually can't see.
There's no
so-
reason. Just close my eyes and focus on listening.
Yep,
All right. 9.
9.
They're still
No.
kind of ringing.
Yeah, after all that fucking lightning and thunder, yeah.
I have to.
Nope, your perception is for the entire night.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought maybe I'd get a few of them, or at least one more after that initial one. So those attuning.
On the bright side, it does look like I'm still sleeping though, because my eyes.
Yeah. No, you get the one king.
Damn.
It's of a general performance of your nightly duties, but yeah, you guys continue to watch through the night, and not anything happens. Then morning comes, but I do want to go to King first. King, you fall into a bit of a dream, which is weird for you, because it's almost like a strange psychosis, looking through memories despite being fully conscious.
Mm-hmm.
You fall into a dream, one that has come to you a few times, and I'm going to completely mute Fred mode for this. You wake up for the first time. You hear agonized screams of many, many people. You hear roars from some gigantic beast. In front of you is an endless, expansive forest, and behind you is a massive facility made of stone and steel and brass. Very familiar things to you, though you can't remember it. You charge forwards, shaking the skeleton of a human, looks like with bird wings, off of your bladed arm. And then you see a terrible sight. Elves, dwarves, gnomes, halflings, all together. All bleeding and torn to shreds together. You see the muted browns and greens of the forest around you soaked in blood. And you see a massive creature, giant gnashing teeth, rippling muscles and scales, and tiny baby little arms, standing with a body hanging out of its jaw before it snaps it shut, and the top half falls out. You remember fighting. Your steel matched against its muscle. A completely even fight, despite it being many, many times larger than you. You are faster, and you are equal in strength. Before eventually, you remember being in its jaws, blade buried through the top of its gums into its brain, causing it to spasm and its jaws to shut. And you remember dying, giving your last memory. The people around you cheering after being saved. And then you remember waking up again. Morning comes. All of you get the effects of a long rest. And
I
King,
wasn't stabbed.
you finally attune to your new cloak. Do you want to know what this does only you, or would you like for everyone to know?
Only me.
Okay, I'm gonna just move to general so I can say it.
Alright, 1 second.
Ooh, he's not here. Why? Why? There you are. Okay, so this cloak you have is called a Cloak of Comedic Timing. Basically, anytime you fail a check, it plays a comedically timed noise.
Oh.
And sometimes when you succeed.
Oh.
So let's
okay.
say you fail a dexterity saving throw to avoid falling, it'll play the banana slipping noise. Let's say you fail terribly at humor, it'll play a laugh track. There you
I
go.
was to say, well, if I fail horribly at humor, then shouldn't it play a cricket sound?
That and laugh tracks. Everybody knows that people use laugh tracks when something isn't funny.
Oh.
To make people think that it should be funny. Yeah.
Alright.
There you go. There's your magic item. It just plays funny noises. That's all it does.
Oh, I have something new to give to Zach or Jamie.
Alright, yeah, fair enough.
Supposed to do.
Alright, we're back. What?
I'll
Was supposed
back.
to do what?
3%.
3%.
No.
3%.
Oh man.
Alright.
So we're awake.
Yeah.
We awaken.
You awaken. Oh,
There's a
actually,
knife at my throat.
there is not, thankfully. And actually, with you guys awakening, I would like for someone to roll a d20. There's going to be a lot of
Sure.
dice rolling in the mornings. This is just going to be a thing.
Yeah. 18.
18. Holy shit. The day remains clear and sunny.
What the fuck?
Unprecedented.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Again, I say sunny in quotation marks. There are God rays, but it is not an open, clear sky.
It reminds me of home.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's no
Interesting.
rain, surprisingly. I would also like for someone to roll a D100.
I can if you want me to. Again.
Anyone can.
Do it.
Yeah, you do it. You do it, Jethro.
65.
65. Okay.
The Tarask shows up.
Yeah, the Tarrasque shows up. Nope, that was just another weather phenomena. That's it. All right. Cool.
All right. Cool. Weather phenomenon moment.
Mhm.
His elemental incursion, a weather phenomenon.
Technically, yes, but that's not what this was for.
Okay.
This was for a
I
different
was curious
specific
if we
weather
could start
phenomenon.
another one.
No. Elemental incursion
The
is a
sun brings them.
Yeah. No, elemental incursion is what is it called? Natural disaster.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. All right. You guys awaken, fully rested.
2%.
Ooh.
What?
Wow.
2%.
How was your rest, Mr. Talia?
As good as it could come, I'm going to start walking now because, well, let them have their pleasantries in the morning. We don't need them. It just immediately gets up and starts going.
Yep.
Can I see anything from my vantage point?
Make a perception check. Also, do any of you have rations on you?
Jethro probably does
6.
to some degree.
6?
Probably had,
It's
like,
not
a-
too much.
granola bar.
Probably like I'd say a day's worth because out on patrol, you probably gotta just in case. Makes sense.
Okay. So the both of you have like just enough to get you through the day. Hannah, you're still feeling a bit hungry. You have a lot of stone to upkeep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though for
I
you,
was
it's
expecting to make such a journey.
yeah, it's not that hard. Honestly, for you, Hannah, if you could just like pick up rocks along the way, it's not very delicious or nutritious, but it'll get you there.
Can I make
also,
a? Sorry. Go ahead.
I'd say I also just re-stealthed.
Okay. Yeah. You feel pretty stealthy.
My old thing.
Oh. Yes,
I'll
we
make-
are not packed very well for this trip, but it was done at very short notice. Hopefully we can catch them and deal with them, take whatever they needed for food. If not, we can probably travel a day or two still without any, and then we'll have to make a trip back.
Yes. In the time being, and I will just kind of like, sort of jaunt off, kind of looking into the bushes on the path. Looking, I'm gonna see if I can find any stones that resemble granite in some way specifically.
Okay. Yeah. Make a survival check.
Woo! I'm gonna guide myself.
Do it up.
Oh, wow.
9.
9.
You can't find anything that's granite specifically, but you can find mineral-rich rocks, which will do
Alright.
you well enough. It's
Some kind of like a dirty quartz.
yeah, like quartz and like limestone and shit. It's not very delicious or nutritious. It's like eating just bread, but
Yeah.
it'll,
Alright, I'll just like
it'll get
crush
you
that up in my hand, like, and I'll just try and like snack on that as we go.
there. Yep.
Not a preferable meal, but it does the job.
I have to trust various possibly poisonous berries if it comes to that, so consider yourself lucky.
Yeah, well, it's the best we can do out here.
Yes, that it is. Never expected that this training would ever come in use.
Yes. Well,
Hmm.
I trust that Mr. Aladdin is somewhere around us, or maybe he went farther ahead and he's camping differently.
Regardless, I would surmise that, if not doing directly what was happening before, something to further the current goal. Trust
Hopefully.
me, although you do not know him, and I have not gotten the chance to know him as deeply at a new hire, I assure you his interests lie here.
Interesting.
At the
May I
very
ask?
least, you can count on that.
May I ask why that would be? Is he contractually? Is he bound by contract, or?
We have one of a sorts, more a mutual agreement between the two of us.
I understand. I will not press further on that one. All right. Shall we pick up pace, perhaps?
Yes, I'm feeling quite fresh, and I believe My legs will hate me later.
I'll get
Yes.
that
Be that-
I'll hit that fucking King hasn't been seen for like 14 hours. Or probably about 12 hours roughly.
Yeah.
But like fucking Jamie's character is just like, is this guy like legit? Like, is he still here?
Yeah, I have no knowing like where you
Yeah,
went
no.
or if you came back.
Jethro is entirely confident that he is still here somewhere, or at the very least, still following the same trail.
He's a man of faith.
Hell
It's
yeah.
almost like I can
He's a
feel
man of
him
faith,
witless.
but it also would be incredibly dumb for him to head back when both, regardless of what's going on, both of the quarry we want is this way.
Yeah.
Hmm. And he is well aware that going back would not be the best look for him, regardless of who he's connected to.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's like, yeah, he's here somewhere. He might not be directly watching us, but he's here. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's doing something. Alright.
Yeah. In the time waking up, I would have been just like looking through like little pouches of spells that I had prepared and just kind of just meditating on sort of like, all right, which sort of things am I trying to prepare to be doing today, moving forward, and then I will oh actually yes, and I'm going to also ready locate object.
Yo.
Okay.
I was prepared for the day.
More of a curiosity and some simple conversation to make this less boring. Where do you find the source of your magical acumen?
I believe it to be divine. Sort of, I have a connection in some way, mysteriously, not quite intentional at first, but I've sort of grown to enjoy it. A connection to the god of death has its benefits, has its sort of, classic associations. I enjoy. Generally, I enjoy keeping people away from that sort of the space of death, but in times of need, I push people closer towards it.
Curiosity, DM, in this, is
Hmm.
death perceived as like, oh god, it's coming? Or is it more of like, it's an inevitability, kind of like what side of death is this culture, Makes
No
sense?
matter what country, no matter what culture or religion the majority of people follow, there will always be a church to death because he is inevitable. He will come for you, and it's not bad. It's
Alright.
just a thing that
It's just
happens.
something that's there.
Yeah.
Yep, okay. That's what I was curious, how it was perceived,
Yeah.
Yep. Death
I
is
would
a
imagine
gentle
there is
embrace.
still I would imagine there is still a kind of, probably more than anything, we'll say, not out of malice, kind of grinding between the two associations, if you get what I'm saying here.
Honestly, not really. No.
No, really.
Death and the god of death and the god of life are actually,
Okay.
they kind of go hand in hand a little bit.
Yeah, I kinda
Opposite
picture them
sides
as,
of
like,
the coin.
I'm trying to figure out how
Yeah.
the culture perceives this, Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Real.
Also, real quick question. My headset's at 1%. Should I switch to phone?
I would.
Yeah.
Probably.
We'll be ending soon.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Ironic then that I would assume cleric of
Yes.
death and a paladin of Estouche find themselves in arms.
Estish.
The god of life.
Yeah. Am I familiar with Estish?
Yeah. You've probably worked with a couple people who worship at
Okay.
Estouche.
Cool. And that is quite interesting. Although, in some ways our skill sets are quite the same,
That they are. You occasionally, although work to prevent it, occasionally push people over that brink, and I would say, by purview, despite what I believe and what I strive to do, does fall upon ending it in most occasions.
Yeah.
If I can avoid it, I will, but some people just don't understand.
Some people are meant to have an earlier death than others, I believe. Whether that is their own doing from their own decisions or just how fate would have it.
will not stop me from trying to strive to give them a longer life, however. Even if that
course.
means less business for you.
Well, it's not so much a business, sort of just allowing some people to embrace it, and some people, their time has not yet come, and so it's sort of I try my best to allow fate to have its will.
I wonder if the various individuals that oversee funerals under your same banner in my hometown view it the same way. I do feel sorry that they live in a compact of compact where individuals like me are able to bring just about most people back from the brink. Hmm.
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 Would I know how follower like super in-depth followers of death would view that? Just like people being revived.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's
I was thinking about that, like, they probably don't where I'm from, although they exist, there probably aren't too many funerals. The fact that there's a paladin, there.
yeah.
A paladin cleric like order for the god of life. It happens, but I'd imagine a fair few of them are also brought back from that brink.
Yeah, it's either like complete destruction or old age that people die.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you'd know that. Fuck, I forgot the question.
The how like the like really devout religious followers of death would view like the routine like revivification of various individuals.
It's fine. You know,
Yeah.
it. Sometimes people are taken too early, and others can bring them back.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of up to whoever it is. I mean, I would consider that if there are individuals available for revivification, it was not their time to go, and so it's not too much of
Of
a big deal,
course.
I'm sure.
Of course. I was just more trying to poke fun at you. I know there's no real bad blood there. Just I've seen more than once them more or less having to take a bit more than they probably should funds from various internal structures to support their goings on due to a lack of paid for funerals. Not that I'm complaining, they have every right to, and their institution should stay, well, there. But I can only imagine how much we contribute to that deficit.
Oh, yes, well, people with money will often have a more grandiose funeral.
That they will. That they will. In the place where I grew up, people with money come back.
Very interesting. All right, well, uh, are we almost there yet, do you reckon?
I
This is not
haven't the
long.
slightest idea.
How far have we even been traveling? This is a long day.
We've probably traveled a fair few miles, haven't we?
Oh yeah, you've
Like,
traveled what, like 10, 15 miles? Like it's
And the tracks of
question.
the sled are still going.
I
Yeah.
know that Jethro's probably smart enough with the survival trying to figure out we didn't take many turns. We've just taken like overall 3 turns. Jethro could probably figure out the heading we're on. Yeah.
Yeah, you were. I'd say that's pretty easy enough, especially with like kind of the smell. You actually smelled the sea breeze. Not
Ah.
nearly as fishy as in Kaiser. You were definitely heading to the west.
West. I don't remember. Is that the same direction that my detachment was heading?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Or wait,
Wow.
sorry, not west, east. I got.
East, but
Yes.
no, it's good. But it is the same direction they were.
Yeah, it's the same direction they were heading in.
I can't remember. Was I told how like long their trout, like how far away it was? Ah, it's been a while.
No,
I was not. Just that
they.
it was there.
Yeah, they basically went, "Hey, there's a thing out there. We're gonna go find it."
Oh, there is something mulling through my mind. If we're lucky through complete accidents, and I will hate the fact that I will have to bend to someone's intuition and we'll say eagerness, but he deserves it. We might already have a bit of a foothold where we're heading.
Oh, is that so? are you familiar with? Are you? do you- Please do tell.
One of my, we'll say, not underlings, subordinates. Uh, a bit, what's the word for it? Energetic he is, and a bit willing to throw himself into danger for little bits of information. Was heading towards this way on a lead, a smuggler's ring of sorts. Check it out. Uh, I gave I gave him my blessing, but I knew he would have gone regardless.
Hmm.
With any luck, they'll be there, and if we're luckier, we might even catch them.
And you trust this fellow? I mean, subordinate, I would assume.
Implicitly with my life.
Very good. Well, hopefully they have got some information and some foothold in the place where we're headed.
I would imagine. Well, out of the two, we'll say, detachments I lead, the role of command for them is a bit more green than the other. But those under his purview are the best trained that I have.
Well, I
The
trust your
idea
chain of
was
command.
I trust them, not, well, they were handpicked for me, but I have done my utmost to gather them into a competent fighting force. And one for administration and authority as well. Wherein some of them, well, not all of them, some of them lack the more refined aspects of someone like me or you who went through years of training. They have one other thing, and that is drive. And those that do possess that, even beyond your or my purview, do not lack that anymore.
I see. Well, that is quite reassuring, and I will also hope that they are available for this coming encounter.
I think the big problem will be convincing them not to run in there and violently apprehend and kill those who don't put their arms down.
I see. So that's sort of the barbaric type, I would say, assume.
I would say more
Utilitarian.
eager and sure. Hmm?
Utilitarian. You've got a lot of soldiers there.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say more not barbaric. They're not bloodthirsty by any means, but they the soldiers under his command are trained, and their commander will not let any opportunity slip by.
Classic adventurer types.
Yes, if they weren't under my control, I assume that's what they would be doing.
Honestly, it's an interesting experience. You know, I've traveled myself a lot, but I mean, I guess in some ways I could be considered an adventurer if I weren't sort of bound to Kaivasair for the moments.
Have you ever thought of joining the military or another conclave of sorts? We get
Um,
contracted much by various armed forces.
I think by the sort of niche that I'm carving out for myself, I think military stuff is sort of behind me. I was sort of rather naive when I entered training into there, and you know, the fighting training was quite helpful, and I'm glad for it. Uh, but my speciality lies more in the healing arts and uh, following this thread that I was I feel like almost born with, just of uh, being important in some way to the deity of my following.
Death.
Yes.
Yes. Indeed, you do seem to bear a kind of, we'll say, portent of him.
Yes.
Hmm.
I mean, it just, and I'll just kind of like gesture like at like the arms, like well, I mean, I'm sort of, it's in my bones, so to speak.
Not literally.
Well, I don't know really if I have bones. Though I have
No,
had some
but
fractures.
I would think that if you did, they are made of the same material as the outer shell, and well, that would give you a very close connection, wouldn't it? A kind of, smirk across his face.
Yeah, reflect that. Yeah, that's yeah, good. Like that.
Have you ever done any looking into Hannah? Hannah?
I have. She was quite a inspired hero, so I've heard. In fact, in my research, finding more about her as I'm sort of borrowed her namesake for myself. Uh, but looking into it through libraries and other sort of religious and governmental folks, I've heard the story. It's quite inspiring, and honestly, the connections that I made through that research are what brought me into my first stages of military training. Sort of became inspired by her heroism.
I wonder how conclaves would have reacted to you with that part. I'd say do a bit more digging. Not that your namesake taken or that part of you is bad per se, but call it a look upon your, or a dive into who you are a bit more deeply or what you represent. Maybe. If you're ever looking for more expansive, we'll say, narratives, those that, although I would say Celadon is better than outright lying about some of its stories, they're still used for propaganda and things are omitted. Not that I'm saying it's not a good draw or a call to arms, but if you're ever looking for more
Well, I'm always looking for.
expansive bits of knowledge, the Sawhorn Sanctuary has quite the, we'll say, large stores of information.
Sawhorn Sanctuary. I mean, yes, of course. I'm always looking for more insights into the life and the eventual death of Hannah Burker. I mean, it's
Well,
sort of the first name that I ever encountered, and I mean, it's brandished across my body, so I mean, it's
whether you
bound to
like it
be
or not,
identified
there
by
it
her
is.
some way rather than another. Yes. So, I mean, any information that you have, or that you can point me in the direction of, what could be? Have you yourself any insight? Have you
I have
met her, or
much. I have not met her. I've never myself been upon the front lines. The closest would be the sanctuary and a few surrounding territories, but never there myself. My calling is here, defending the back lines, keeping an open eye for things like this, gestures to the tracks.
Mhm.
Just as
Yes.
needed as those on the front.
Yes. Well, we have quite similar goals and alignments then, I believe.
That we do. But I wouldn't want to spoil your traveling or your self-discovery. It's a worthy endeavor, and me just spurting it out would ruin it. I'd say go there yourself. Find, learn, read. Good travel more than anything, and for your already, we'll say, helpful actions here, you merely bring. Although I don't hold much power, my parents more so, and even that minuscule there, we are known. My name, mostly last name, would give you a bit more access. Just say you come at my recommendation.
Yeah, I think I will do that. Thank you very much.
Of course, they'll let you into maybe even the personal libraries of the Paladin Conclave.
Hmm, that
Hmm.
sounds very
Just
interesting.
don't expect to get into any of the more juicy things there unless you join.
Hmm. Well, I don't suppose they would. Uh, I mean, depending on perhaps the religion there would be so accepting of one of my particular religious persuasions.
We are quite accepting. We are redeemers, after all.
Of course, of course.
Hmm.
Jethro,
Back to the annoying trail. Oh
Of
yeah,
course.
continue.
uh,
Yeah.
as you kind of take that pause, you get a message in your head from your sending stone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let me just.
I forgot it. I forgot I had that on me. I thought I
Mhm.
left it. Fuck. I forgot it was on me.
Mm-hmm. 31
Yeah.
miles from Kivisir to the west. Follow the shore and find the lightning-struck trees. Secret harbor in cliff. Illusion. Shit, I think there. And then the message cuts off.
Fuck.
Would I make a 31 from Kivisir? About how many miles have we traveled?
Well, with the way you were going, the fact that you had to go through the sewers a while, you in total have traveled 10 to 15 miles through your walking, but you've gotten about 11 miles from Kivisir.
All right. Can I reply through the sending stone?
You can.
All right.
25 words.
All right. Yep. Okay. We found a lead. I'm thinking this through my head. We're on our way now, 10, 15 miles out. Run back towards the city. Stay safe.
Okay. And with that, I think we're going to end tonight's episode.
Yeah. So we are, yeah, if I did my math correct, we're 10 to 15 miles out then, yeah?
Yeah, you're about 11 miles out currently. A lot of
11,
that was
so I would have
just-
said 11 miles out.
Yeah.
So yeah. And they would be 10 miles from us. Or no,
they would be
20.
20 miles from you,
20 miles.
which is...
Could we make that trip in a day?
You
If
can.
we really pushed it? Yeah, that's...
You
yeah.
can make 20 miles in one day walking. Jogging, or
We're
getting
jogging.
getting up a
Yeah.
good pace, you could do about 100. Like, really fit people can do about 100.
We're all pretty fit here.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
exactly.
pretty
So that's
fit.
what I'm saying.
2 constitution, 2 strength. Or not 2, 14 constitution, 14 strength over here, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to actually worry about your stats. You also have a person made out of rock and a person who never gets tired. So
Jethro's probably gone on like jogs at that pace for hours
oh
at a time.
yeah, military.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a normal day at the office.
I guess that answers my question, Keegan.
What was the question?
I asked if or I DM'd you asking if my scouting's revealed anything.
Yeah. it was
Oh.
like everyone, like,
For 6, no, your scoutings haven't revealed anything.
damn.
Sit.
You got a 6 on perception, yeah?
That was when I was trying to see if there was anything up in that tree. But then I stealthed after that, and I was just,
Oh,
ahead of them.
yeah,
scouting.
no, your scouting doesn't reveal anything, just more trail. This is
Okay.
I
open
forgot
fucking
entirely
wilderness.
about the sending stone.
Yeah.
I wrote it down too. Let me look at my fucking. Yep, there it is. It's right there in notes. I have a sending stone.
Yeah. Hold on, let me end recording. I'll
Yeah,
tell you guys some stuff.
it is literally.